Hello, CFA Nation. Gabe.
Hello, everyone. It's Asjad, the tail ender from Cricket for Us.
The tail ender. I like that. I like that. You got the night watchman, the tail ender. You know what I'm saying? Nick's the wicket keeper. The wicket keeper. Dude, bro, Nick's nickname needs to be the rabbit's foot, bro.
Oh my god.
I've got an unbelievable losing streak going against Nick. You can't make this up, bro.
At least you won the fantasy league. At least you won the fantasy league. You're winning something.
I beat him in the fantasy league, but I didn't win. Nikhil actually won the fantasy league. Speaking of which, if you're one of our top 3 on the fantasy league, make sure you guys hit us up on either Twitter or Instagram. I got the names. Let me look them up so that we can send you guys your swag bag. Let me see. Our top 3 were. I didn't know how long they were going to keep it up on there, bro, so I had to take a picture of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Nikhil Naidu 11 with 15,443 points. Then Kali 14 BC with 15,253. And then Akil's team with 15,226. Those were our top 3.
Wow.
Anyway, let's say what's up to some people in the chat. What's up, Banav? What's up, Zaman? Paranj Bros. Harris, what's going on? Sidroth, what's going on? What's up going on? Boom.
Hello, everyone. Sanjay asks, who am I supporting in the PSL just in general? That team didn't qualify for the playoffs, so I'm not even going to talk about them. I support Islamabad United, but today I'm going for Lahore, just for today's game. How about you, Gabe? You got any thoughts?
Oh my gosh! You know what? It's tough, bro. It's tough. Nick was going with Lahore yesterday because he likes the underdogs. You know what I mean? And dude, I can't believe that game yesterday. Once everybody's like, "Well, 140 was a good score in the first game, 141 all out," and then before they had put up the 170, I was going with, was it? I can't remember the name. It was Malux. Was it Malux? The game yesterday?
Shoaib Malik. Malik.
Yeah. And bro, they put up 170 and still lost. You got to be kidding me. But
one thing is on this pitch, because there's a lot of dew in Karachi, right? Which means as the night progresses, once it gets later in the night, there's a lot more dew. So it's easier to bat and makes it harder to kind of get those balls right. You saw Haris Rauf bowling like in the last over. He got hit for what, 20 or something?
Pumped, bro. He got pumped. Oh my God. What's up, Sanjay? What's going on, Han? Mohammed, Kimberly, what's going on? Faizan, what's going on? Harris, what's up? Chitil. Yeah, there was a drop so bad, bro. And I mean, it was just one game, but Sophie Ecclestone made her way out of my top 6. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to give it to your boy Ali, bro. He was, and apparently he's known. What's the story, by the way? We don't know. All I know is when I read I was looking at ESPN Cricket Info because I wanted to know exactly when the drop happened.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, that just reminds me of 2015 with that drop. What happened in 2015? Inquiring minds want to know. Let us know the backstory behind. Is this guy known for drops? What's going on?"
Right. Okay. I'm going to tell you this. I remember it not being Haider Ali. Was it a different Ali that you're talking about? Because it was Peshawar Zalmi who dropped the catch, wasn't it? Was it Rahat Ali? Was it Rahat Ali?
It was Rahat Ali. It was
right.
Rahat Ali.
Okay. So thing is, in 2015, I think it was in the World Cup that he actually dropped a catch, and it was very, very important. Let's just put it that way. And I'm just trying to recall because he's not a good fielder. Let's put it that way. He's not known for his fielding. You saw it.
Bro, yesterday. I lost it yesterday. I'm like, how did this guy lose that ball? He made it so much harder than it had to be because he took a really bad route and then he had to like try to reach back for it. I'm like, what are you doing? But dude, it was such a bad drop. Sophie Ecclestone off of my Sinister Six. Rahat Ali, you're on my Sinister Six.
I would agree
How
with you.
dare you.
In my Sinister Six too, like I'm not I would never have in my team personally, but I think one thing Peshawar did yesterday, which was a huge mistake, they went with all pace bowlers apart from Shoaib Malik, who only bowled the single over. Right. They didn't have any spinners, and in Pakistan, it's like a crime to only go in with one spinner and 4 or 5 pace bowlers. Let's put it that way. So you should have at least a few spinners. Hey, Ronal.
What's up, Mohammed? What's up, Ariane? Well, Mohammed, Laughter Express. That was just a bad drop yesterday, man. And then let me know, guys, because I went back, but I couldn't. It's not like since it was on YouTube. Why did they not challenge that edge? Was it that they were out of challenges at that point, or was it that they just didn't think about it, and then the umpires kind of missed it?
Is that a no ball?
That's a no ball, and they didn't call it. Oh my gosh, these umpires are. Oh my gosh.
Gabe, do you know what? I love your umpire-related rants, because that's exactly how I feel when I watch a lot of these umpires who don't make the right decisions. But some of them are pretty good. So Aleem Dar is a really good umpire. He's been umpiring for at least 15 years, if I'm trying to remember correctly. So, but the rest are not the greatest. I don't doubt that whatsoever.
You know who noticed it? They say nobody noticed it. I get it. But you know who noticed it? The third umpire. And if you got the third umpire, let's get it right. I think that's the biggest thing. Let's just get it right, guys. Right there.
Yeah.
Why? That's a no ball. That could be huge. What if this comes down to 1 run at the end? Well, no ball at the very minimum, I get a free hit, right? You like I don't get it.
I think one thing that kind of confuses me is, and it makes sense because the IPL recently just started this, where the third umpire can make overall decisions, right?
Right.
They were deciding the no balls. Like a lot of these, I think from next year onwards, they're going to have umpires do a lot of third umpires do a lot of the heavy lifting, which I'm kind of a proponent of, because they've got the capability of a replay, right? The umpire in the middle doesn't. So for them, it's probably best to have something like that, and they haven't got that completely set in stone in the PSL as of yet. So what's he doing? All right, okay, that's fine. That's nothing. That's literally a dot. It moves all over the place.
I know. Let's say not even a third umpire. It was the people in the back of the truck. Okay, Abdul. You know what I mean? I get you. But I literally, and Nick was like, bro, you're passionate about it. Like later on after we got off. Ooh. Oh man.
That's four. That's
a
Tommy Miqbal. Right. Okay. I'll tell you a very short story. So this guy, Tommy Miqbal, he's a Bangladeshi opening batsman. And when he fires, he just smashes everyone. Like, I think he got 18 off 9 or 18 off 10 yesterday. And he just goes for everything. And he's such a good batsman when he hits, because I've seen him score some really, really quick hundreds as well. And it's a bit like, if he fires, Lahore can't be stopped. Let's put it that way. Him, and there's another player, Ben Dunk. I think it's their keeper for Lahore. Dunk, yeah.
And from great. The little, which is why, and it's funny, but Nick said from yesterday's game, what he learned was to stop saying it's over, especially in cricket, bro. It's just never over. But they lost Dunk, Tamin, and their third batsman in the power play. It was 3 for like 47. He was like, it's over, man. And of course, somehow Lahore came back and won the game. He's like, bro, I'm done. I said, I got. That's because you didn't have the kind of IPL season I did. I got done calling games over after I got AB de Villiers, bro. Like that just destroyed me, man. Destroyed me. Yeah, the professor was nice.
So the thing with Mohammad Hafiz is, right, this guy is in his just turned 40 like last month or something, right? And his career for the past 18 to 24 months has been amazing. In T20s internationally, I think he's averaged about 90 or something like that. In T20s at 170 strike rate, right? For almost 2 years. That's madness. And I think he's just amazing. Brought that same form.
Somebody hit me up in the chat yesterday, right? Let me clarify. Hafiz was nice. The professor was nice. I said he had 48 before that drop. He ended up with 72. Listen, 48 is huge. He did better than anybody yesterday, even before the drop. I just said the drop helped them win, but it wasn't like I was trying to take away from his performance. No, the guy's at 40, bro. Yeah. At 40, I go grocery shopping with the wife, and I got to bring in the groceries, and I'm breathing hard. You know what I'm saying? At 40, I'm 40. So I'm telling you right now, the guy was super impressive yesterday. It was just the fact that the drop, and it seem like when a drop happens, everything that happens after that, and especially when it's a superstar like Duan, like Hafiz, they just go, they feast, bro. They absolutely feast. Oh,
it's like give them one chance and they will take you away, right? That's the thing. You can't afford to. Oh, that's a beautiful cover drive by Tommy McBall. Goodness me. That's what I'm saying. I remember when this was about 10, 11 years ago when he used to just bash everything. He was really good. He hasn't performed as much, at least from what I've seen over the past few years. But when he does, he's great. It's him. I don't know. Have you heard of Shakib Al Hassan, Bangladeshi player? He was banned for about a year. But him and Tommy McBall are like the poster boys for their batting. They're just brilliant. That shot. Yeah, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful shot.
Somebody asked why such bad pitches in the PSL. I'm assuming, guys, it's going to be for the same reason that we saw it in the CPL, where there were only 2 pitches. You know, they actually played their season. This is what's crazy. They played their season and then had to stop. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then they had to stop, and now they're doing their playoffs, right? But they already played their season.
Yeah. So what happened was, in mid-March, all the teams qualified, and literally, I remember they qualified, everything was fine, and the next day there was news, all the matches are called off, PSL's done, we've got the playoffs will happen some other time. They were actually making a decision of not even having the playoffs and just giving the title to the top team. I think it was Multan or Karachi, one of them. I think it was Multan that was top of the league, right? who lost yesterday in there.
Multan probably thinking, man, we should have went with that.
Which is crazy. In case of the pitches, so initially they were having matches in different venues, right? But now they've had to do all their matches here, and they were having the Qaid-e-Azam Trophy, which is the first class, so the 4-day matches in these grounds as well, just before the PSL started, right? So these pitches are being used. Today's pitch is a brand new pitch, though. This pitch hasn't been played on yesterday or the last few days. So maybe we can see a score of above 180, 190. Again, if these two can bat like I know they can. Ooh, that's a beauty.
That's a good ball. That's a really good ball. 125 kilometers per hour.
Right. What? I'll tell you this bowler, so Sahil Tanveer, I remember him. He joined the Pakistan team in about 2006, 2007. And because I don't know if you notice, he bowls differently, doesn't he, than everyone else. He jumps off the wrong foot when he's bowling compared to when everyone else is bowling. He has kind of a wonky arm action, and people couldn't pick him when he first joined the international scene. And he's just, every time we have the PSL or we have any like domestic competition in Pakistan, he just comes in and just takes wickets. He doesn't get into the international side because I think he's in his late 30s or early 40s, somewhere around there. But just always, he's such a good bowler. Oh, again. Sohail Tanveer, man. Goodness.
He absolutely, those are 2 beautiful balls there at the end. 18 for nil. 2 over the bus. I mean, they're only averaging 7 runs basically and over right now. That is so good. Let me get back in the chat. What's going on, people? Picking for America's last time I was on live. Gabe was going on about drop catches. I came today. Gabe is still going on about that. Guys, the drop catches killed me. And again, think about it. It wasn't like they won that game, in the 15th over. They had to go all the way to the 19th over. That drop catch ended up costing them, what was it? He ended up with 74. What do you have? 48? So I mean,
47, 48, something like that. And he was dropped. And once you give people like that, players like that chance, they're gonna go crazy. Like as soon as I saw that drop, I was like, yeah, okay. So Hafiz is probably not gonna give them another chance, and then he didn't. Won them the game.
A swag bag is basically a package that we have. We announced it at the beginning of our tournament for the IPL. We're gonna put in some Vegas, little Vegas goodies in there. You know what I mean? And all you guys got to do, the ones that won, send us a PO box or an address, and we're gonna mail it to you guys. Postage, everything paid. You know, some Vegas goodies, some appreciation for you guys hanging out with us during this the streams and playing fantasy IPL with us, fantasy Dream 11 with us. You know, some Vegas themed swag. You know, which usually means gear. So, you know, hats, merch, stuff like that.
Right. I've just read in the chat that we're actually 20 runs behind on our stream.
How can we be 20 runs behind?
I'm checking. I'm trying to see if there is another. Right. Okay. I'll send you another link, Gabe. Is that all right?
Yeah.
I'll send you another link. I'll just put it in the chat, or should I put it in the private chat? I'll put it in the private chat.
Just tell me what it is. Which one? I'll find it.
If you put Pakistan Super League on YouTube,
right,
and the one that comes up at the top, because what that's showing is 42 for 0 in 4 overs.
Holy cow!
I don't know why that's really weird, but that's like we missed 2 overs at the middle.
What happened? And it's the first one that comes up. I see it now.
Yeah,
Pakistan Super League. Let's see if this one 306 watching.
Started streaming and it's 314,000 watching.
Okay, yeah. I think it's the same one. Wow, thanks for letting us know, guys.
Thanks, everyone. I was thinking, I was like, oh, the match started a bit later than I thought it was gonna be.
Oops, we would have been on earlier, guys. I was waiting for the match to start. My apologies. Let's go ahead and change that.
Yeah, it's 42 for 0 in 4 overs.
Yeah,
Tommy Miqbal, like I said, he's on it. He's on it like a rocket from 27.
Did you see what somebody said? I think they're starting to realize they don't want Gabe rooting for their team. They're like, can you please root for Lahore so the Multan can win? I'm mush, bro. I can't. Like, seriously, especially because I live in Vegas. My brothers and them refuse to pick up the phone on Sundays because it's a big betting day over here for the NFL. And they say if they even talk to me, their tickets are blown. And I'm like, oh my gosh, get out of here.
Wow.
Not even joking.
Goodness me. Well, at least you got cricket to watch.
At least I got cricket to watch. Hey, Gabe, do you speak Spanish? Claro que sí. Even though I didn't realize until my adulthood that I speak ghetto Spanish. All right, in the Caribbean we speak Spanglish, right? It's not real Spanish, and I didn't realize that until I started dating Savannah. Savannah's family's from Mexico. You know, Mexico speaks that Spanish that's from Spain, that original Spanish. When the Caribbean, ours is more of a derivative. So you know they say things like coche, which a coche to us is a stroller, a coche to them is a car, you know what I mean? And they speak like Catal, all proper.
I think there's a few like iterations. So I know Gujarati as a language, it has 2 or 3 different dialects depending. So I don't know if it's a ghetto version, but it's like there's one where they use slightly less formal terminologies compared to the other one. Campbell, what does that mean? Okay, what does that mean?
El rey del mundo. That means he's the king of the world. Stop it. Stop it. Bro, Aja, oh my gosh. Yesterday was so funny. So my wife is sitting here, right? And she's getting breakfast ready or whatever towards the end of the stream. And Nick and I had just watched this this video where they were like the West Indies 2019 best catches, right? And Campbell was on there twice. It was like this video was made to throw shade at me, bro. Campbell was on there twice. Jordan was on there twice. Stuart Broad, all my Sinister Six. They might as well throw Sophie Ecclestone in there, all right? I mean, she's no longer on there. But I was like, are you serious? But it was hilarious. And then my wife sitting there, she's like, you know what? I'd like to go to Jamaica someday. I'd like to go on a vacation to Jamaica. You need to be careful what you say. I don't want people showing up at our house. I'm like, you should see what Nick says. You know what I'm saying? Nick can't go to the entire continent of England. You know what I mean? He can't go to the entire country of England. I just can't go to one country in the Caribbean. Jamaica. You know, I'm going to Barbados. I'm good there. I'm good in Trinidad. You know, Dominican Republic. You know, I'm
it's
good
just Jamaica. Oh goodness. Swapnil asks, Asjad, is your family originally from? That's an interesting question. I'm actually from Islamabad, but my dad was born in Lahore. So that helps answer your question. Did you? By the way, did you get a chance to look at some of these treats, the Indian snacks and things like that? Have you guys decided anything?
Nick's actually because you said it on Instagram. So Nick's actually the one that runs that account. There we go. There we go. Wicked.
Tamim Iqbal goes.
Tamim goes at 30 for 19. That's a nice strike rate, though. 46 for 1. Wicked.
Do you know what? This bowler, Junaid Khan, right? He's very unlucky not to get into the Pakistan side. He's always a really, really nice guy to play with or like play in these tournaments and things. Comes into the team for a few matches in the international side and then just goes back. And today, like, he didn't play yesterday's match. There was someone else who played instead of him. And comes in, takes a wicket. I think this is his first over. Yeah, it's his first over. Comes in, takes a wicket of the key
big
guy
deal.
who smashed him. Yeah,
no
just
big deal.
Doing his business. Does it well.
But you know what's funny? And Nick, and I get it because he's been conditioned where outside of his Lakers, and he's from California, Nick's not a front runner, right? So he's got his Padres. He likes to root for the underdog. You know what I mean? Yeah. Rocky's favorite film of all time.
Yeah.
And this year, the underdogs, other than the CPL, have done him well. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And even though people are like, well, IPL, he went with my Indians, but he also went with RCB, who got into the playoffs. And RCB is an underdog. They're the you know, the nightmare. They're the give you agita of the league, you know?
I'll tell you this. This is the interesting thing. All three teams that are potentially in contention to win the tournament now. So we've got Karachi in the final, and we've got these two sides. None of them have ever reached a PSL final. So in a way, they're all underdogs. they've never even gotten to that point before this edition. So it's just really good to see. And I think I don't even consider Lahore underdogs, especially in this season, because they've always got a great team. They've always got great bowling lineup. But this time around, they have Hafiz and Ben Dunk who've really helped them out, especially during the league and everything. And even yesterday, Hafiz came in and just smashed it.
Oh, Boomer is out of control. Boomer says RCB's not an underdog. They just that's funny.
Oh, goodness. That's funny. Man. I've started using terminologies that you and Nick use, like drive-by.
Nick's king of the drive-bys, man. Nick's king of the drive-bys. You know,
I couldn't even figure out the terminology, what I'm supposed to say. Ooh, that's a beautiful ball.
That's so close. That was a good ball. Who is this guy again?
Yeah, he's the guy. He's doing it. He's doing it for Multan.
You know what? He wasn't on the international test team because I watched the test team, and I mean the test team has some great bowlers as well. But he's a new name.
He's. I think he debuted in like 2010 or 2011, something like that, and he was never a mainstay, even though he's a very, very good bowler. Nick, react to why is everything in Pakistan free? Harris, right? Okay.
This one is funny. Campbell es un tesoro nacional. He's a national treasure.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Come on. Come on. Isn't Chris Gale from Jamaica? What are you kidding me? How dare you? Oh man, John Campbell in the chat. Uh-oh.
Oh, here he is.
Here we go.
Here comes the shade. Here comes everything.
Tell him about Hassan Ali. Who's Hassan Ali?
Right, he's not playing right now, but basically this Pakistani bowler, really important to Pakistan between 2017 and 2018, and in I think late 2019 he just got injured, and he literally got fit, played 2 games domestically, and is injured again. Such a good bowler. I'll see if I find any good wickets of his because he was really, really prolific, especially for about a year and a half for Pakistan, even in the PSL. And I definitely, I'll let you know. I'll send you a link or something. I think you'll appreciate it. Definitely.
Gotcha.
There's always love for Hassan Ali everywhere.
You know what's sad is this year, if you look at the NFL, we just had this weekend,
Yeah.
so 5 or 6 more guys placed on IR, which is injury reserve. That means they're done for the rest of the season. We've had more injuries this year so far than almost 2 years combined. We already surpassed last year's total injury, and we're now, it's so bad. And I think you can't shut guys down for 6 months. These are professional athletes, and then say, okay, go back out there and perform. You can't do it. These guys need.
You saw in the IPL. Did you see, like, the IPL list was literally a team. Like a team, people who were injured. Was it Sunrisers? They had about 7 players injured throughout the entire season.
My God, Saha went down. They lost.
Williamson was down for a bit.
Yeah, Mitchell March went down. Kane Williamson didn't start the season because he was hurt. You can't shut athletes down and say go back out there and perform. You know what I mean? Their bodies are well-oiled machines, and if you take that kind of time off, think about it this way, guys. All right, we've all taken that time off of the gym. Gabe, are you married? No, I'm married, man. We've all taken that 6 months we shouldn't have taken off the gym. And when you go back and you work out, you're like, oh, I'm sore. And then you want to not do anything for the rest of the rest of the week, and you want to die. Well, these guys are doing the gym times 50. All right, playing in a game is no joke, guys. And I'm telling you, they go back out there, and it's just punishment on their body. It just takes. Now, some of those guys, I'm sure, were able to wide.
No. At least the wide was given correctly by the umpire.
We're tried to, I know, right? We're try to stay in shape and work out, but you can't replicate real game action. You just can't. You can't. You know what I mean? So, you know what's crazy? Let me ask you about this.
Yeah.
They're starting to shut down a lot here. I heard England is shutting down too, man, because our numbers are skyrocketing.
I think, and if I'm not wrong, I think it was 30, at least for England, 33,000 or 35,000 cases in a day is a lot, right? I know in the States,
84,000 on Friday, 184,000 in one day. My state alone Nevada had, I want to say, we had 7,000 which in one day, which is insane. I'm still in lockdown. I hate Boris Johnson.
Hey, yeah, so the entire country is technically in lockdown, but this is the crazy thing. Schools are still open in the sense that kids are going to school. Like, it made no sense. I had this discussion with a lot of my colleagues, and the ones who have kids, they're like, it's actually not benefited us in any way, shape, or form, this lockdown, because the kids are still going to school. When they come back, they can still bring the infection in.
Right.
Oh, what a catch at the boundary.
Right at the boundary.
Riley Russo.
Oh,
good touch. Right. One thing I
now I'm not gonna make the mistake and say this game is over, because yesterday they were 47 for 3 and Lahore still won somehow, some way. Jeez Louise. But it's looking good for Multan.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you this. They've got a run rate of 9 in the power play. Right. They've still got 54 in the power play. That's great anytime. They've lost 2 wickets, but that doesn't matter. Like, the way I think Lahore's thinking, they're thinking attack, because they want to get as big of a score as it possibly can. Because if you bat second on this pitch, especially the conditions, as I mentioned before, it's going to be a lot easier to chase. And that's why they're thinking of getting somewhere between 180, 190, even if they can get 200, then 200. Because otherwise, it looks a bit one-sided, if you know what I mean. Gotcha.
I mean, right now it is 54 for 2, and they're in the power play, so they putting up a decent total. I mean, it's if they're at 9 now, 9.26. If they get a 6 here, they'll end up with literally 10 runs and over for the entire power play. That's impressive.
Yeah,
that's you call it action ball. I like to call it the action ball. Last ball of the over. 6, or is it going to be a 6? Is it going to be a boundary, dot, single, or wicket?
Single. I didn't mean out. Sorry, I'm at single.
It is Hafiz, and Hafiz is a savage.
He
I
is.
learned my lesson about the fees yesterday. So I'm going to say this guy's going to come in right now. I say a boundary. Oh, no, it's
Boundary?
not. Like,
Because it's
it
swapped
is.
over, isn't it?
They swapped
I
over.
think
Yeah,
it's a
it's
single. I think it's a single. I'll
single.
go
I
for
say
single.
boundary.
Dot.
Oh, we were both wrong. That ball. You were right. You were closer than I was, though.
Do you know what? I'll tell you this. These a lot of these bowlers, like you've seen, we talked about Sahil Tanvir. This Muhammad Ilyas, I think he's 20 years old, 20 or 21 years old. Shaheen Afridi is 20 or 21 years old as well.
Wow.
So like Naseem Shah is 17, 18. Like I'm just thinking all the players you've seen, a lot of the Pakistani bowlers nowadays are a lot younger. The ones in the international side, they're a lot younger than you think, because they're trying to push them into the squad. So it's the opposite of what, as we spoke about, opposite of what India's done. So with players like Devdutt Padikkal, they're going to give him at least 2-3 years before putting him in the international side. Pakistan don't do the opposite, but they try and get players into the international side so they can experience that as quick as possible. And you've got two opinions. There's a positive side to it and a negative. So I would say it's not a positive doing that, but it's good experience either way. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm always for playing the young guys, you know what I mean? If they deserve it, you know what I mean? I don't like it when a guy's on a team based on his pedigree. If I outplayed you, I should be able to. I always was like that myself when I coach.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that you know, there's a difference between a class and form. You know, form is temporary, class is permanent. But you know, if I'm a young guy and I'm showing my class for a year or two, then give me my shot. I'm outplaying this old dude. You know what I mean? So it's really, really tough. Who am I supporting? I'm going for the other side because Nick wants Lahore to win. Nick likes the underdogs, and I don't want to make I would have done better than Maxwell, says John Campbell. I honestly, there were a lot of people who did not play well in the IPL this year, a lot of international players. So I would agree with that, you know, no joke, because John Campbell can hit, dude. You know what I'm saying? And you saw some guys that just had horrid seasons, absolutely horrid seasons. And I still contend that it's because of this shutdown. Some people, it takes a lot of. Trey, for example, Trey's been on a tear. He's currently in Arizona playing football, right? Wow. He's in Arizona playing football, but usually he goes from football season to baseball season and then right back to football season. Well, right now he's kind of doing both simultaneously because everything is in lockdown. We got to do what we got to do. This is junior year, but it takes him a while to get his swing. I'd say about 2 or 3 games to get his swing into baseball when he plays, when he just starts, because it's about timing. It's about repetition. You know what I mean? These kids, and we're talking about kids are taking 100 swings a day at the cages before they have games 3-4 days a week. He doesn't do that when he does football. So you just, you know what I mean? It's like muscle memory. It's just, again, going to the gym. It's different muscles you use to swing a bat than to catch a football. And again, you can't ask these athletes to just show up. Okay, you've been shut down for 6 months and perform. It ain't gonna happen. Ooh, Carlos Brathwaite signed with the Sydney Sixers. Ooh, I like Brathwaite. I really do. Big Bash League. There's some nice names there. They expanded from 2 to 3, and I was looking at it. So I'm excited for a few of the players that are. Oh,
is that out? No, it isn't. Oh, nope, that's 4.
That was a beautiful swing by the professor, though. The guy wastes no time.
He does not. Goodness me, that's crazy.
Will Dhoni play in the PBL? I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. Not many Indian players do play outside India.
Well, Dhoni, I doubt it. Just not because I just think that he retired from the international game. And listen, Dhoni's up there in age, guys. It takes a lot on you.
This is the thing. So I think Dhoni's 39, 40 years old as well. And because he's been consistently performing for India for about 15 years, it's just like he needs some time to rest. He needs to kind of chill out as well. But he always comes out and just, I'm a very big MS Dhoni supporter, right? Hence the CSK support, hence everything else. So I would always say I would want to see more Dhoni wherever I see him, even if it's just in the coaching side. He doesn't have to play. He's just there. I'll be happy to see that. But I don't think he's going to do anything in the BBL. But that upgrade from 2 players to 3 players is going to change the way BBL is played, definitely. Because they're going to have the option of that one extra overseas player. It'll bring more people kind of towards the game, if you know what I mean. So I think PSL and IPL are the only 2 that have 4 overseas players. Please correct me, everyone, if I'm not wrong. Everyone else has 3 or 2.
It's usually 2 in the BBL, but they expanded to 3. So now it's 3.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the BBL as well. You know, excited to watch all types of cricket. Again, I think that there is no American sport, and that's one of the that goes year round, where cricket, you know, you go literally from, you know, tests to ODIs to IPL, you know, CPL, PSL. There's always cricket on, and I'm like, oh my God, this is glorious. As opposed to baseball, other than when we got the World Baseball Classics, we got those few extra months of baseball. It's done, you know. So you go from season to season, from baseball to football season, and there's usually sports on, but that's about it. You know what I mean?
The good thing about cricket, and I was very surprised when I first moved to England that cricket was only played in the summer, because in Pakistan, cricket's played all the time, right? In the summer, again, it's not played as much because it's really hot, but at least I had other cricket matches to watch. So now, like, it's all around. It's based on different countries, right? Because the Southern Hemisphere won't be playing in between May and September, or May and August. That'll be England mostly. And then all the other kind of sides distinguish, okay, this is our time to play domestic cricket. This is our international cycle. So that's why they've got tours everywhere. And that's why cricket's on all the time. They're like, these 2 days between the IPL, Imran Tahir, CSK graduate. CSK graduate.
I was so upset that they didn't bowl this guy literally all year long. Like, why even have him? And I get that they were expecting to play in India, so he's a spinner, but you still can't have this guy on the bench the entire season. What were you thinking? You know what I mean? Like, that's so frustrating. Gabe, guess who has the record for the highest opening partnership in the ODIs? Please don't tell me it's John Campbell. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I thought it was Chris Gale. That's a good ball. No, that's missing.
I love the celebration there. I love it. That's why I love to hear right in his face.
Have you seen it when he takes the wicket? He goes on a rampage up to the boundary and just celebrates like crazy.
Did they challenge it?
Yeah, they have. They definitely have. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Fair delivery.
By the way, did you get a chance to watch the Super Over from yesterday?
No, I did not. That's Plum.
That's out. That's out.
That is Plum. Did not hit the bat.
Yeah, that's hitting middle. I think that's hitting middle.
That's middle wicket. Yeah, it's not. It's in line, right? Ooh, to hear.
Come on.
I love the celebration. Again. All these umpires suck. They're horrible. Gosh.
Right. The only reason, and I'll tell you this, and I'm not defending umpires, I'm just telling you this is my thought process. Because at first instinct, I didn't realize that it pitched in line. So the only thing I can think of, because they get one chance to look at it, right? Oh, it's outside leg, so it's pitched outside the line.
No.
Ooh.
It's on the...
Gabe, I really don't want to quote the chat, but you know what eating crow is? I just wanted to ask, you know what that is?
Oh, my God. Oh, I know the chat. I hate the outside line. Oh, my gosh. So the ball is on the line, but because it's not fully... What is it? More than 50% of the ball has to be...
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
You saw that wicket as much as I did. That was gonna take the wicket. I promise you that DRS, LB4 wicket is one of the worst rules ever. Gosh, it makes no sense. And you know what's funny? The fact that even professionals, you hear them in the dugout view all the time. These guys played before. big names are like, I don't understand that call. You know what I mean? Like how could it? I'm a novice, okay? Crush me. Everyone, go ahead, crush me. Gabe, you don't know what you're talking about. LBW is a simple rule. Really? Then why do professionals argue about it all the time? They don't get it. They're like, how is that not a wiki? It's ridiculous. If this was a dugout view right now in the IPL, they'd be going nuts.
There's two players, right? There's two ex-players and now commentators who I love because of the way they talk about the LBW reviewing system. Number one is Michael Holding, right? And number two is Shane Warne, right? Both of them are ex-bowlers, brilliant bowlers. And that's the reason why they have that opinion. That's the reason, because if you're a bowler, you will automatically want to support bowlers, right? I know you mentioned you believe like bowling is not more important, but you know what I mean? Like you've got that bowler mindset rather than a batsman's mindset. Oh, that's a nice shot. Oh, good shot by Fakhar Zaman.
Now Tahir is getting lit up when he should have had him out.
Life. He's preserving his life.
Oh yeah.
Right. Did you know this guy, Imran Tahir, is like 41, 42 as well. So
he's
a lot of these yeah. And he's originally Pakistani. So he moved to South Africa mid-20s and then actually got into the South African international side and became a huge deal. He actually went away and then now he's coming back and playing in all these leagues. Like I really wish you were able to see last year's IPL because Imran Tahir just lit everyone up with CSK. It was just...
That's one of the reasons I went with CSK. Again, to hear all the bowling they had, Mitchell Satner. Oh, I don't want to even get on that train. Han says, I bet Gabe mumbles in his sleep. Outside leg. That's the I'm telling you, it's brutal. John Campbell, and Brathwaite have the opening partnership. 365 runs. Wow, that's impressive.
I thought it was Chris Gale and Marlon Samuels with 372.
That's what
John Campbell, Mr. John Campbell. I apologize, but I think you might be wrong about your own stats, man. You might be wrong about a couple of them. Renell agrees with me. I'm okay with that. If Renell says Chris Gale's on top, then I'm gonna go with that.
She knows her stuff. Stephen Brewster says they are bowlers, they are biased. You know what? That's a good point. But literally, I hate. There is not another rule in professional sports I can think of. Well, maybe
offside in soccer, football, maybe offside.
Offsides in soccer is atrocious as well. Atrocious, and I understand it clearly.
Right.
I understand offsides clearly. I've been watching football now for years, and even my wife's family, where you got an ex-player who played for the Mexican national team. Her dad played. Her brother was a captain of soccer team at UNLV. Her nephew currently plays. He last played for the LA Galaxy Dos. He's actually on the mend right now. He's healing. They'll argue about, that's offsides. That's not offsides. It's such a arbitrary rule, bro. Shade of gray. In football, pass interference. Is it pass interference or is it not pass interference? In American football, we're talking about. Yeah. And LBW, I think that's the one rule that is just drives me crazy. I'll
tell you this. So my brother he played quite a lot of cricket and he has the same mentality because he was a bowler, right? He'd say, why does there need to be a rule about the leg side? If the ball is hitting the stumps, then it should be given out. And I think a lot of bowlers think that way, that, the rule should be changed now because of X, Y, Z. And if you're a batter, you'll say the exact opposite. You're like, no. The advantage will now go to the bowler. So no, it shouldn't happen that way. One thing I want to mention, because some people have actually mentioned this. Have you seen Shahid Afridi play before live? The person bowling right now.
Afridi, did he?
You've seen him hit one of. I think you've seen him hit one of the biggest sixes. I think you had a video where you're looking at all. Yeah. So this guy, right? I'll tell you a bit about him. So he debuted in 1996 for Pakistan.
Wow.
Right? He debuted in 1996, and in his first or second game internationally, he scored the fastest ODI 100 that lasts for 18 years.
Wow.
137 balls. It was only broken in 2014 and then broken again by De Villiers to get the 31 ball one. So he used to be an amazing striker, but he's one of the best. Like, and again, I'm not an Afridi supporter or anything, but he's one of the best all-rounders that Pakistan's ever produced. He's got wow. He's hit the most sixes in ODIs as well. Just in ODIs, he's hit the most sixes. And second, I think, is Chris Gale or someone like that. And if he bats, because I know he's kind of getting a bit over his age now. Like, I don't even realize how he's still playing. He's played for 24 years, and it's just madness.
That's a long time to play.
I know. Commitment, that.
Chris Gale and Marliam Sander had a #1 record. John Campbell, Shai Hope, #2 opening partnership ODI versus Ireland, 365 runs in 2019. You know, I gotta say, I'm so excited for the West Indies test team, bro. I mean, not test team. For the T20 team, because you know, some of the names that I saw that played really well were nowhere to be found on the international team. I'm like, where's our Pollard? You know what I mean? I saw Pollard play the CPL and destroy. I saw him play in the IPL. Where's Pollard? Thank you very much. You know, guys like Meyer. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see that. Nicholas Purang. I want to see those guys rake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I really am.
It's funny how in the English summer and now, West Indies goes to a country, plays that country, and then Pakistan goes straight after. So you had West Indies come over to England, and then Pakistan came over to play England, and now it's West Indies going to New Zealand, and then Pakistan are going to New Zealand straight after. So I just hope New Zealand don't get into amazing form throughout the West Indies series, because they will absolutely obliterate Pakistan. Because I've made a couple of videos that I don't think Pakistan's going to win any matches in this New Zealand tour, because New Zealand is really, really good. It's absolutely fantastic. And West Indies in T20s, probably one of the few teams that can challenge him. Definitely.
Whew. Yeah, Pollard is the T20 and ODI cap. That's what I'm saying. And it was funny because I think it was Renell that talked me off the ledge, right? Because the West Indies played that first test match and were amazing. First match, I remember it like it was yesterday. We had a fifer from
Gabriel.
From Gabriel. We also had a fifer from in that first series from Jason Holder. We had a Chase, Ralston Chase, balled out of control. And then that second game, man, it was the Stewart. We were gonna draw them out. It's what was gonna happen. We weren't gonna win, but we're gonna draw them out. And if we drew them out, then that would have been the first time that West Indies hadn't lost in
a while.
And then Stuart Broad comes in, gets 3 wickets and 14 balls, gets on my Sinister 6 list, and it just changed the whole complexion of the game. One of those wickets with John Campbell, and then immediately, what does John Campbell do when they come back out on defense? What does he do? I'll tell you what he does. He drops a ball. I'm like, oh my God, so you gave up your wicket, and then you drop your ball. Thank you for playing. I was so pissed off. That's why he's on my list, people. I wanted to see the West Indies draw that game out.
Goodness.
And small mistakes lost them that series. I agree.
What a ball that. Goodness, man.
I will say that that's one of the things I love about Test that no other sport has, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have it in no, you don't have it in any other sport that I can think of. You're playing for a draw, and it could be so exciting, guys, to play for just a draw, and it's amazing. It's amazing. We lost you there for a minute, I can't think of another team where you're playing for a draw. Oh my gosh, a drop.
Right, I'll tell you this.
Here we go. Another drop.
I'm waiting for it. I'm here for a live rant, Gabe. Give you the floor.
You know, who's the coach for Lahore? Did they not? Did they not learn from the mistakes yesterday from the other team? For the love of Pete.
Oh my goodness! Right, Afridi's bowling some beautiful deliveries. Right, he has an amazing record against Hafiz. I think he's gotten him out the most out of every bowler in the world. He's gotten Hafiz out the most.
Really?
Yeah, against him. So domestically, obviously, because that's gone. It just drops a bit. Oh, goodness me.
You just called it. You said he's got him out the most times.
Goodness me. He literally 2 wickets. Afridi could have gotten the same batsman out twice in this over. Oh, I feel bad for him. Hafiz versus Afridi is just
You see what
brilliant.
he did there, by the way? So he's running with his head turned out the whole time. That's something we do not teach. You take a look at it and you run and get to that spot, and then you pick up the ball at the last moment. Because think about it. Go outside right now or during the break.
It's difficult.
Looking backwards, it's going to slow you down. You take a look. Oh, that's where the trajectory of the ball is going to take, and you dart to that spot. In the Olympics, do you see guys in the 100-yard dash looking backwards the whole time as they're running? No, it's going to slow you down. Technique,
Gabe, please go to Pakistan and become the fielding coach of one of these PSL teams. I think you'll get it.
It's so bad. It's not rocket science. It's not. Do you see Usain Bolt running in the Olympics like this? No, he's not looking backwards the whole time. It ain't rocket science. Oh, man. I honestly believe there's a conspiracy going on because that's twice. Do they love Hafiz? Is the professor like, is it illegal to catch a ball? I'm just curious.
Do you know what? He plays such good cricket. Maybe they're like, oh, no, we want to see him keep playing.
It must be.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to ask you a question. So I think you and Nick probably talked about this in one of your our 3 wicket segments yesterday. For the PSL, that there are a lot of breaks in the PSL in terms of like time breaks, and there's this thing. So I don't know. Do you know what an over rate is in cricket?
An over rate? No.
Right. So an over rate is basically how many overs you bowl within an hour. Okay. So in test matches, I think it's about between 14 and 15 is a good over rate. In the IPL, they actually had fines for if you had a slow over rate, which means if you only bowl 10 or 11 overs in an hour, then you would get fined. And this was in this year's IPL. So in the PSL, they don't have that rule, which is why you might see 20 overs taking 2 hours rather than 20 overs taking an hour and 40 minutes. You know what I mean? So that's something a captain needs to keep thinking about, that, oh, I need a spinner to bowl X amount of overs because otherwise the over rate will be too low. And then that's technicality. And it comes into play with test matches a lot more. But in the IPL, they actually had that rule, if I'm not mistaken.
Guys, it says you need to always watch the ball while fielding. That is absolutely incorrect. That you're slowing yourself down. If you've ever held a cricket ball, that thing is pretty heavy, just like a baseball, okay? Unless it's super high up in the air, the wind ain't going to take it, especially the ball like that. That thing has a trajectory. Once you take a look, you should know, oh, that's going to go directly over my head. I need to be over there, and I'm going to dart to that spot. I've been doing this for a long time. I can guarantee. Go to any field. We know what we do, actually? We hit guys fly balls, and we train them like this, just for them to take a look, and then so that they can read it. We call reading it off the bat.
Yeah.
Because you don't track it the entire. You can't. If you track the ball, again, it's not rocket science. If you are looking backwards the entire time you're running, it's going to slow you down. Or like Daniel Jones, you're going to trip and fall.
How easy is it?
It's that easy.
Yeah.
Guys, these are professional athletes. These are the best athletes in the world. These are professional athletes. Did I say that it's easy? No. What I said is that the technique works, and you're doing yourself a disservice by not using the correct technique. Look at football players in the NFL. All right, my son plays a corner and plays a wide receiver. They don't run with their head turned. They'll run. Oh, they're there at the last moment. It's not. I mean, other sports do it.
I'll tell you this, Gabe. I completely agree with you because I've never actually, because again, Pakistani born, my fielding skills aren't great. So whenever I used to field, I used to watch the ball, even if it was going over my head. And I was never taught the technique to look and track or read where the ball is going. So I understand the reasoning behind it. And I know it's not easy, but at the same time, how do you read? Like, it's very hard for me to imagine being able to read that. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at it once, how do you know it's going to be there? How it might actually miss. You need to kind of track it as it's going, don't you think?
How would I explain? All right. It's funny, in baseball, they got spray charts, right? I don't know if they have this in cricket, but I'm pretty sure they do. Why? Because you see how the captains position the field. A, because you know what your bowler's going to do, but B, they have a history of this guy likes to pull the ball leg side, or this guy likes to go for offside or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So when you've gotten thousands, and thousands of balls hit, after a while, you know where that ball's going to go. Okay. It's like, if you're a fielder, I'm assuming in cricket, just like in baseball, the minute a 6 is hit, you know it's gone. The no doubter, you're just like, okay, that's gone off the bat. I'm not going to bother running after that. I know it's gone. It's the same thing with
ooh. I think is that stumping? That was a beautiful ball.
Did they review it? Replay? You're playing well today.
Oh, goodness, man. That's what I'm saying. You need a couple of spinners in your side, and that's the biggest mistake Peshawar made yesterday. They didn't have 2 spinners. Oh, that was close.
I think that to put this argument to rest, I am going to. My nephew's out here. My nephew, by the way, he also, unfortunately, that's gonna be
in the gap as well.
Gap
4.
Nice. And I'm gonna have them and Trey do a video. Him and my nephew and Trey do a video. My nephew's an outfielder by nature. That's his position, center fielder. And he plays for the college team, the Minnesota Blue Jays. I'm gonna have them, like, here's another thing. In center field, right? Oh, that's gonna be an out. See, like, when you see balls like that, it's not an out, nobody was there. But did you know that the trajectory was going to take that straight up in the air? Yeah. The minute it's hit, okay, boom, that's straight in the air. Let me run. Let me get there. I'm not going to run back up looking like this the whole time. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When you see those balls get hit thousands and thousands and thousands of times, they're normally going to do the same thing. They're normally going to do the same thing. Okay? Yeah. I mean, that's what sabermetrics is, where they'll position a player because they know, hey, Trey goes up to bat, and 9 times out of 10, he's going to pull the ball on the right side. So you move all your fielders to the right side.
Yeah.
Sometimes it may not work. That 1 or 2 times it may not work. But for the most part, players have this tendency to hit the ball in the same place. That's just the mechanics. That's how it works. So
right. There's a point someone's made, and I just want your thought on it, okay?
Yeah.
So Shosha says, and they said it about a couple of seconds ago, so you might have found the comment. The cricket ball does not float, then how can you lose the sight for even a minute or for a moment? Oh, that's a 6. Ooh, that's a sweet shot. Fuckers, the man. See,
ask that question.
He's doing something. Yeah, so it's basically the cricket ball does not float, then how can you lose the sight for a moment? So how do you, like, if the ball, you know it where it's going, right? You know from the trajectory where it's about to go. How can you lose the sight even for a moment? Because even if you miss it, if you start looking ahead, you start running straight, you won't know where the ball is going to land. You know what I mean? So I know what you're saying, that you kind of read the situation. And what the comments kind of trying to say is, if you don't have the sight on the ball for the entirety, then you're gonna lose the ball. That's what they're trying to say. So I just want your take on that.
You pick it up. How would I say it?
Practice.
I mean, not just practice, but you pick it up. The white ball, usually, especially at night, it's so easy in baseball, for instance. And this is a good. Great wicket. Great wicket.
Do you know what? Afridi's actually got him as well.
Was that Hafiz gone?
Yeah, goes off 19 of 21.
15 off 21. Ooh, got him. Afridi. You could tell me this: do our scores in the IPL or BBL, or it doesn't matter, any league, in white ball cricket specifically, because that's the closest thing. I can't talk about test because the ball's red, it's different.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in white ball cricket, are scores higher during the day or during the night?
During the night.
Okay, same principle then as baseball. Okay, you can only lose a ball during the day because in the white ball, if you look up, you may lose it in the sun. You're not going to lose it at night. You're not going to lose it at night. So does that happen sometimes in baseball where the fielder looks back, oh man, I lost it because it's in the sun? During the day, it does, but it's still the technique. But at night, it's a white ball. There's no way you could lose it at night. You just can't.
The only thing I can think of is the fact that depends on the lights that are on as well. But I get what you're saying, because it's a white ball against a black contrast, it's a lot easier to see. Yeah,
that's why hitting is usually higher at night. I know this as both a coach player and as a gambler in Vegas. If you're betting baseball, you look at time zones, and if it's a night game, you bet the over because guys score more at night. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of the and you know what's funny? There's going to be disagreement. It's funny. Australia, somebody yesterday made a catch, and they made it. It was an Australian actually that was playing, or was it a South African? And he made it the same way I've been saying, where you high point the ball, you want to catch it up at its apex as opposed to catching it here in the bread basket and coming low. That's taking your eye off the ball, because look, my head has to come down unnecessary. Where here I got my eye on the ball the entire time. To me, that's more important. Where that last moment, oh, here comes the ball. Now I'm going to bring my head down to watch it into my hands. That's changing your eye level. But it's just techniques, man. And you know what? I may not even know what I'm talking about. But since the two games are so similar, and you do got teams like Australia bringing in baseball coaches to work on fielding, there might be something to it. So at the very minimum, no disrespect to Pakistan, if you're Pakistan and your fielding is so terrible, maybe you do something different. I'm just saying, maybe you do something different.
I get your point. There's a lot of different comments coming into the chat, and I appreciate what everyone's saying. To be honest, they've all got very, very valid points, especially with regards to what you're saying about the night. I think lights do make a difference. There's pitch conditions and all that, but in terms of just the visibility of the ball, it's easier to see the ball in the night sky than seeing it in the daytime. The only thing is with the sun, the sun's only in one position. With the lights, if it gets lost in the lights, it's very hard to pick it up. I don't know if you've noticed, even in the IPL, you saw Rashid Khan in one of the games say, I didn't see the ball. I have no idea, because even if it's in the night, it's just dependent on how low the actual, the lights are in that stadium.
You just said it right now. That was a issue in baseball with the older stadiums. At least all our new stadiums, the way they position their lights, it can't get into the fielder's eyes because the lights are actually going up. Does that make sense? There are some lights that if you're pointing them down and the fielder looks into it, they're going to lose it. But if you got the lights kind of like pointing up, you can't lose it. Like actually looking at this light, it looks like it's pointing down at the field, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That could get in the fielder's eyes that way. That's interesting. They got those lights that way.
I want to tell you some interesting fact, because Rendezvous just said that as well. So tell Gabe that cricket ball changes trajectory midair on a catch attempt. I'm assuming it does the same thing with the baseball. It does change trajectory sometimes due to how the balls hit. Is that right? Is it similar with baseball?
It may. Sometimes it gets backspin. Again.
Yeah. As a fielder, don't you?
High in the air and it's a windy day, then wind will play a huge factor if it's super high in the air. That ball he dropped, wind had nothing.
That had nothing to do. Yeah, definitely.
That was an easy, it's right over my head. Let me run to that spot and catch it, as opposed to, some balls might change a little bit in the trajectory, might move or whatnot, but not as dramatic as, again, I would say probably 30%, 20 to 30% of those balls might, it's going to vary off to the right or the left slightly or whatever. And you'll look back. You'll go look back once or twice, but not as that. Oh, gone.
Shot fuckers, man.
Is this field small, by the way? Because the boundaries look closer for some reason.
Right. I think it's about 70 meters straight, 70,
No, no,
75
that's
meters
four.
down the ground. Yeah,
That
that's
bounce.
4. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's about 70, 75 meters. Yeah. Laughter Express. I appreciate that. Cheers, man.
Who's Legendary Assassin? If Renell asked me to check out his comment, I got to look for it. Legendary Assassin. Here he goes.
I have a question. Why does the ball swing more in Test cricket as compared? It's the type of ball you have. Definitely, it's the type of ball you have, because the white ball does swing, but it doesn't swing for as long of a period. Right. And the red ball does, because you've got two. I think international level, you've got two specific types of balls. You've got a kookaburra ball, which is used almost all around the world. Apart from in England, you have the Dukes, and it might. Oh, is that gone high? Oh, that's out. Fuckers, the man goes. See. Spinner again. Ooh. That's what I'm saying. This pitch needs spinners. And that's exactly what's happening. Fuckers the man goes for 46 of 36, 105 for 4, 13 and a half overs. And yeah, so the red ball does swing more. And the Duke's ball, which is the one that's usually used in England, and there might be other places, I'm just from the top of my head, I can only think of England is the only place that actually uses the Duke's ball.
I'm going to get crushed right now in the comments. And too bad Nick's not here, because Nick would be like, Gabe, you can't make that sweeping declaration. But I'm going to do it anyway. I think I know why the red ball tends to swing longer than the white ball. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. These balls are all made in relatively the same fashion, right? So that red ball is dyed. That leather does not naturally come in that color. In order to dye it, okay, it's probably going to be a longer process to get it that red, to get it, you know what I mean? So in my opinion, that's probably why it's just to dye it, that the leather from the natural color to white is probably less dye that needs to be added as opposed to the red ball. Because when does it stop swinging is when it gets beat up, right? When it gets beat up. Well, the white balls tend to get beat up quicker than the red balls. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but I think it has to do with the dye. Because other than that, I've seen how the balls are made. They're made exactly the same process. It's the only difference is the dye that they use to dye the red or to dye the white.
I think what I've noticed when I've held both the white and the red one seems to. I don't know about the weight, because it depends on which version of the ball you're holding. But I think the white ball is a bit harder than the red ball. Just from my personal experience, and I might be wrong, but this is what I remember. Like the white ball is harder than the red ball, and that's why when you're bowling with the red ball in Test matches or first class cricket, it does swing more because it gets softer at a faster pace, if you know what I mean. And again, I might be completely off base here, but this is just based on my personal kind of experience. The dye bit, I think it might take some time to get it to red, which is why that kind of development does make sense. I know what you're saying. Again, I don't know the answer to this question, but I get where you're coming from. It's similar to when you were talking about a while ago about making it easier for the fielders to catch the ball. Maybe you use some sort of sand or you use some sort of clay or something like that to kind of help you catch the ball.
Right.
So again, that's a very good point. I can see if I can find some stuff out, but that's just my personal understanding of it.
It's called rosin. It's called rosin. It's almost like a chalky substance. So, okay, here's an example. The bowlers I've seen sometimes will go to the ground and grab the dirt from the pitch or whatever to try to like get their hands kind of dry. You ever seen them do that before?
Yes.
So in baseball, call it rosin, and pitchers use it to keep their hands dry when they're pitching on a slick night, if it's raining or whatever. So my only question was because of the dew, people are saying that's why bowlers tend to drop fielders tend to drop catches. Yeah. Well, would it be illegal? I'm not talking about stick them, but just for them to have some drying agent on their hand like rosin to help the ball from not slipping out. But they said that it's against the laws to use anything.
Yeah.
Which I think I understand that.
We kind of determined at that point it was tape and like some sort of sand from the actual pitch that you can potentially use to just dry your hands. And that's one of the big things with playing in the night in a lot of like Asian countries, especially. There's a lot, and maybe even in South Africa, I think there's a lot of dew. And that that wet ball is a lot harder to hold, and it slips out. And I'm just thinking,
it
they
is
use
super hard
dust
to hold.
to what he use.
Earwax. That's hilarious.
Swap, goodness me.
Got
Oh,
him. Oh my God.
Shahid Afridi.
Oh, Afridi.
Right.
Bowled
I don't
him
know.
out.
Right. Was it yourself or was it Nick who said, why doesn't a spinner ever bowl a bouncer? Right. So this is the guy I was talking about who bowled a 130-kilometer delivery as a spinner. Right. And I don't know how fast that was, but he can just bowl it so quick sometimes. Oh,
that's a beautiful
I've missed
ball.
Afridi. I've missed Shahid Afridi. Oh, he's retired a few years ago now. I missed watching him play.
Ball.
Oh, goodness me.
There goes Dunk. There goes Dunk.
He's
hold out.
I think he's the second highest wicket taker in international T20s. I think last Malinga and then it's Shahid Afridi or something like that. He's goodness me. Oh. Whew.
That was a beautiful ball.
It really was. It really was.
Again, Nick, unlike Nick, I learned my lesson when I got another drive-by there, another Nick drive-by. I got to get him when he's not here. But I learned my lesson when I got de Villiers. So we're right now in the 15th over, 111 for 5, 111 for 5. So I'm not going to say it's over, but man, 5 wickets down. You've already lost the professor. Woo!
Right. Woo. So these guys, right. So David Weiss is the one who got 16 off 7 yesterday. So he's the guy who hit that last 6 to win the match.
He went nuts at the end, didn't he?
Yeah. And if they keep bowling the spinners, I don't know if he can smash it as easily. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. That, goodness me.
He got Udi-catted. That's funny.
Oh, boom, my goodness. Yeah, right. So he's the original Boom Boom. You know when we're going about Boom Boom Boomra, right? That's the that's the new. He's basically the new Boom Boom, but like with Afridi, because he used to come in and he just used to smash it with the back.
Oof.
Goodness me. And this is his last over, 2 for 15 in 3.3 on that pitch.
Impressive. Those are impressive numbers.
Oh man, I've missed him. I have missed him a lot. Harris, Asjad, how old are you, bro?
Retired. He's younger than Asjad. He's younger than you, Asjad.
See, right.
Debut in 96, you said? How old are you, Asjad?
I'm actually 28. I am 28, and I think Afridi's like 20 still. He's been 20 for 24 years. Let's put it that way.
I'm about to say.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, come on. Shahid Afridi. Oof. By the way, I actually met him in 2006. He came to England, and we had some sort of connection. So he came to my town in the UK. And I met this guy, really humble person. Had about 5-minute conversation, had a picture, and that was about it.
Really?
But yeah. He talked about, because I asked him, I was like, why do you never bat well? And he was like, to be honest, I don't believe. Ooh, goodness. And he's like, I don't consider myself a batsman. He said, I consider myself a bowler who can smash it sometimes. So based on that, at the time, he had the fastest 100 in ODIs, right? And he said, oh, I don't consider myself a batsman. It's just what the team wants. Wherever they send me, I go.
You know what? I like when somebody's like, listen, I do what I got to do. In baseball, there's a old adage, right? You're not a shortstop. You're not a pitcher. You're not a third baseman. You're a ball player. So especially coming up from little league and then club and high school ball, you got to have 5 different gloves or 4 different gloves in your baseball glove. At least you want to have an outfield glove, an infield glove, a pitching glove, and even catching. If they need you to catch, you'll catch. You never say no. I can play this position. This is interesting. Nepal, maybe it's reverse, but the fact that there's a different process is maybe why the balls are different. I don't know, but leather of the red ball is not as heavily dyed as the white ball. Okay, maybe it's because it's not as heavily dyed that the ball still swings longer. But there's got to be something different there about the ball and how it's dyed. Obviously, red and white are going to be is a different process. So, but thank you for that info, Nepal.
I just read a comment. So Don Antonio says, Asjad, just to correct you a bit, Gayle surpassed Afridi for most sixes. I didn't know that. I thought Afridi had 351 and Gayle had 330 something in ODIs, but I might be wrong. Please do correct me if I am. So thank you for correcting me if I'm wrong. If I'm right, then I appreciate your comment.
Don Antonio usually is. He's on top of it. Don Antonio Modeste. Thank you for the comment.
Appreciate it very, very much.
On with the Nick drive-by. I love it. I thought an old adage in baseball was you'd never see a San Diego. San Diego.
Oh, my goodness. Whew. Right. So just a question. So I know you've only technically, this is your second PSL game.
Yes.
If I was to ask you, what is the biggest difference? And you don't need to like cater towards PSL or IPL, just your objective opinion. What's the biggest difference you've noticed between the IPL and the PSL? Again, 2 match old. I just want your honest opinion.
2 matches, so it's too early to tell the difference. But I will say that so far, I feel like this game, and I know what Nick was talking about yesterday, where it moves a little bit slower. You know what I mean? Because of the breaks, which again I don't mind because I enjoy tests. You could take your time, but you know that first score, you saw those wickets be taken in that super over, right? 141.
Oh, goodness me.
How does that he's like right now?
Right. You know, they they lost reviews because of that LBW where it pitched outside leg, so they don't have another review. That's the reason. Did that hit the bat? If that hit the bat, fair enough. But that's goodness me.
Did it hit the bat? I can't even tell.
I think it's an inside edge. I think one of the commentators just said, Alan Wilkins just said that it is an inside edge. Fair enough. Yeah. Then.
But overall, I would say IPL still has a better quality of players, more international players. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where CP. I mean, I would say CPL and PSL are more on par because they don't have as many international players. If that makes sense. I would definitely say I'm impressed with the bowling in PSL, man. It's a lot of good bowlers, man.
Yeah, to be honest, until about, and I'm gonna say this, and please, I hope the comment section don't go wild on me. But basically, about 15 years ago, approximately, up till that point, Pakistan was always known for its bowling, and India was known for its batting. Right? They all had good bowlers, good batsmen, but Pakistan's main strength was bowling. India's main strength was batting. But since Zahir Khan became the thing that he did, Zahir Khan, brilliant bowler for India. And then they've got Bumrah now, they've got Shami, they've got so many, Ishant Sharma even. In terms of the pace bowling for India has developed a lot better than any other team around the world. And I think because of that reason, India is becoming a lot more well-rounded. And Pakistan have always had bowling talent. The thing Pakistan usually lacks is the batting talent, which, again, Babar Azam is probably the finest Pakistani batsman I've seen to actually debut in the past 12, 13 years. Because players like Yunus Khan, players like Muhammad Yusuf, they debuted 2000, 2001, or even before that. Apart from Babar Azam, who's debuted, I think, 2015, 2016, no one else has looked as good and as prolific. And I think that's the biggest difference for me. I think the batting in the PSL needs to become better. And because of the PSL, it has become a lot better. You found players like Babar Azam, found players like Heather Early. There are a few more, which you might get to see in the New Zealand-Pakistan series. And you might think, oh, that's a good player, that's a good batsman. But yeah, Pakistani batting is usually not the best thing out in their kind of repertoire. But PSL has improved the Pakistani batting. PSL has improved, especially the Pakistani fielding has gotten a lot better. So let's just put it this way. For me, whatever happens is an improvement of what used to happen about 10 years ago, okay? For the fielding.
That makes sense. I like Swapnil with the drive-by. Gabe, I think much of the catching experience comes from catching crow. Not fair to directly apply to cricket and ball catching. That's classic. I just had to read that one. That was so funny, man. Swagner always comes with the fire.
He really does.
What was that?
That's a slow bumper. That he did not
He was
pick that.
so fooled on that ball. That looked horrible. Yeah, look, and I know this guy can smash because Weiss won the game for them yesterday. He got like 2 sixes back to back, but that was ugly. He was completely fooled with the slower ball there.
Yeah. Oh, these kids.
For the CPL, it was because of lack of international players. Yeah, the CPL, like I said, to be honest, and that's what I understand with Nick, and we had some low scoring games. I get it because of the pitches. There weren't a lot of international players either. So, but I guess it was because of COVID.
Ooh, shot.
Told you, I knew Weiss could hit.
That.
I knew Weiss could hit.
Just behind square. Oof, my goodness. Yeah. So, all right, now, we're in the 17. Yeah, go on.
Let me ask you a question. And right now, there's a big thing going on. Dodgers just won their first championship. And since 85 or 86, a whole bunch of people in the baseball community are saying there should be an asterisk by it because they didn't play the normal 165 games. In fact, even before they expanded to 165 games, it used to be like 120 games. And so the smallest, even the shortened season that we had because of the strike had 85 games. So people are saying there needs to be an asterisk by it. Do you feel that whether it's IPL, IPL has had the same number of games, right? They didn't shorten it, but they did have to should there be an asterisk by any championship in the IPL, CPL, and the PSL because of how awkward this year has been and the fact that it's not what's going on, what has happened normally?
Right. I'll tell you this. I think that's a pretty good shout because for the next couple, there needs to be an asterisk against everything, all matches. Because just as an example for the IPL, a lot of the matches there used to be some matches in the day and some matches in the evening. So the first few matches in the IPL this season in the UAE, they didn't have any matches in the afternoon. They were mostly around like in the evening, weren't they? Right. So the matches didn't happen during the day. So there's different comparisons. So I think the asterisk option makes sense. They might actually be doing something like that for the World Test Championship. The one that started. So what they're actually trying to do, I don't know if they're putting an asterisk against it, but they're changing the rules a bit to kind of look into however matches you played and work out the percentage points of how many, what the percentage of winning is rather than looking at your final points because of the weird nature this year has definitely been. So I think the asterisk should be there in some sort of way to say this year has been different. PSL, goodness me, 8 months, 8-month gap.
That's and I'm huge. I'm not trying to besmirch anyone who won a championship, whether it's the Dodgers, whether it's my Trimbago Knight Riders, whether it's Mumbai Indians. Everybody had to play under the same conditions. I get it. They won the championships. But the argument is to be said, compared to former champions in the past, these teams had to face different circumstances. And because there's so many players that didn't return, there's so many players in the NFL, players opted out. In the MLB, big time players just opted out, didn't play. CSK, for instance, we know 2 players, Harbaran Singh and Reina did not. It made a difference. So should there be an asterisk? All right. I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just saying that that's a conversation that's happening in baseball right now because the Dodgers won their first championship in 85 years, and there's other teams that are like, wait a minute, the playoff system was even different this year, and whatever. They let 16 teams in. Yeah,
I think as an objective approach, I think all sporting events this year should have an asterisk against it. And one of the big reasons, and I know people may disagree with this, but the crowd pressure actually counts to a lot. If you have no crowd, you have no one there, right?
That's the best argument I've heard so far. No home field advantage, no crowd pressure. These guys are basically practicing. It's what a pickup game would be or what an exhibition game would be. That's the best argument I have heard so far. Good on you, kid. I love it. Good on you. Swap nil. Come on, man. Did Nick hire you to do drive-bys when he's not here on Fridays? Yes, Gabe. It was a different year for CSK. They had to deal with you supporting them. Hence the result. Oh, drive-by. I'm telling you, man.
Right. Gabe, I have a secret feeling that Swap Nil is actually Nick.
Thank you. Swap Nil is actually Nick's burner account. He's like Kevin Durant. He's got 4 or 5 accounts.
Oh, goodness, man.
Yeah, the NBA too. The bubble, NBA championship, home advantage gone. Thank you, guys. That's all I'm saying. I am not taking anything away from the Lakers or the Dodgers or anybody who's won a championship. But yes, to your point, I didn't even think about that. Asjad, you just got what happened to home field advantage? What happened to the crowd? What happened to pressure? That's all gone.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because this is the thing. And this is just based on my limited playing career, right? The maximum number of people I've ever played in front of is about 100, 150, right? Maximum. In that match was my worst performance because I had so many people watching me bowl, right? They had so many people. That's only 150. Usually, goodness me, Eden Gardens in Kolkata, right? It has a capacity of 100,000 people, right?
Wow.
Right? MCG in Australia is 100,000 as well. Again, they could have increased to like 110 or something, but honestly, just madness. And if you've got no crowds, it is no pressure, no home field advantage. The only thing here, the only team that has an actual advantage in the PSL playing Karachi, because this is their home ground. See what I mean?
And they're used to it. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
That's very interesting. You know what? This is the 17th over, and I feel like, man, they need to get Weiss out. He's 15 for 12. One more wicket falls, and it's looking so good for Multan. But this could easily go from 136 to 160 or 70. So they need to get a wicket.
Definitely. Right. So prediction time. There are 13 balls left now, and that has been smashed.
What did I just say? 140. There you go. And they still got a ball left. I say 165. You. Nah, yeah.
Right. This is the thing. I'm supporting Lahore, so I'm gonna go 180. Right. So 180 for 6 in 20 overs.
180 is a huge score, bro.
It is. It definitely is. I'm on 180.
I say 160. Yeah. I disagree. I think the teams adapted best with the issues, won their leagues this year. Wizard, I respect your opinion. I am not saying it one way or another. And listen, right now, because of me working a second job, I can't be with Trey. Trey has sacrificed a lot. J-Man, my older son, he's in college right now. He's in West Virginia. He's going to miss Thanksgiving, okay? And he has missed. I just said it. This score could jump 2 balls, 8 runs. 2 balls, 8 runs. Holy cow. I'm mush. I am mush. Why did I open my mouth? God. I am mush. It was going well. What was going? Oh my gosh. But as an athlete, you sacrifice a lot, guys. You sacrifice time away from family. You
see these bubbles, right? These bubbles that they've got in these cricket matches and stuff. IPL was 2.5-month bubble.
That's
so
tough.
Many teams. And there's the thing. I understand why it's tough, but at the same time, I think in the IPL you get paid so much money, right? That people are kind of like, yeah, that's fine, right? I'm happy to go 2.5 months away from family, but even that pressure, being that far away, not being able to meet anyone apart from those 11 or 20, however many people in staff, is some sort of pressure that you have. And I've just got a comment from Manav to say that Eden Gardens, which is Kolkata, has been reduced to 67,000 from 120. So it used to be 120,000 people could fit in that stadium. It's been reduced to 67. But still, 67,000 is still a lot of people, isn't it?
That is a lot.
We saw with the shot. 2 runs.
I'm trying to find. They said Murad is now 100,000. So I saw that one from Manav. I was trying to find the other one. Here it goes. From 67 to 100,000. You know what, guys? But like I said, my point to say that was I'm not trying to besmirch anyone's title.
Yeah.
You earned it. All right, you sacrificed. I get it. I was just saying, should there be an asterisk? But bottom line is, these guys won the championship. You can't take that away from them. I mean, again, my oldest son.
Yeah, go on.
He's at college right now, and he's out of state. You know, he's only got 3 days off, so he's not going to fly in for just 3 days for Thanksgiving and then go back to school. And that's a tough situation. Things that sacrifices you make in order to play collegiate sports and even high school sports. These guys have been sacrificing all their lives, people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Don Antonio, it's all right, man. No worries. I just wasn't sure. So thank you for that. Gail has the T20 record for the most number of sixes.
Ooh, of the universe boss. Of course he does. Come on, man. That's the universe boss.
What else you got?
I love Chris Gayle, dude. His demeanor, his moxie. You know what I mean? It's there is nothing. I think that one of the reasons, two of my favorite players so far, and people.
Oh my goodness, that's a shot. David Weiser over extra cover, smashes it for 6. 27 off 15.
Isn't he a bowler? Isn't he a tail ender?
He's an all-rounder. He's an all-rounder. I'd put him in that category. I think he's a very, very good batsman as well. So I would never call him a tail ender, but the person I would call a tail ender, who was it yesterday? I think Haris Villion, is more of a bowling all-rounder rather than a batting one. The one who got 20 of Haris Rauf's over.
Right.
Bro, but
they brought him in at what, 7, 8?
Yeah.
This is their 7th hitter. Are you kidding me? 2 days in a row, pumping them for runs.
Definitely. Oh, he edges it and it goes over.
You got it.
So Gabe at 160.
Bro, I don't know why I opened my mouth. I was like, well, maybe 160, 165, the way the scoring is going. Nope. I want to keep the math. Since I opened my mouth, it was 8 in the last 2 balls. Then so far, what they got in so far here? There was the 6.
17? Is that 15 or 17 off this over?
So far, 6. That's 10.
6, 14.
14. So 8 and 14. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me.
16.
22 runs so far since I opened my mouth.
That's another 4.
Another boundary.
20 runs already.
20 runs in this over. 8 in the last over. Just since I opened my mouth. 28 runs. 28 runs.
In 28 runs in 7 balls, Gabe. 28 runs in 7 balls. Huh?
I'm cursed.
Oh my goodness. Right, I'll tell you this. I have no idea why he's not bowling Yorkers. He's bowling good length deliveries, and he's just like, he's not bowling what he needs to bowl. Goodness me, just keep the straight plan, bowling Yorkers. Even if it's a wide Yorker, you get single, you won't get hit for like, what is it now?
You got to throw a bouncer up there or something. There you
good
go.
Ball. Finally.
God.
A dot ball. 20 off the over.
28 runs in 8 balls. All I got to do is open my mouth, and it's like the cricket gods besmirch me and say, you know what? Humble yourself, my you know what I mean? Like my good
Mira
man. Humble yourself.
Mira says, Weiser used to play for RCB.
Really?
Yeah. I actually remember when he did, and I can't remember. I think he played very well in a couple of games I've seen him in the IPL, but I don't watch him bat this well too often. I know he has the ability, and he's done it a few times. Personally, I haven't seen him live do this very often, but glad to see it today, because honestly, I haven't even done my video from yesterday's Peshawar Lahore game, because I was like, I'm going to do it after the qualifier too, because then I can just make it into one, and then we have the final. Yeah. It's just, it's this guy, he's going to get some sort of accolade, definitely. He did it yesterday, and he's doing it today as well.
Visa. The tail ender, pumping them for runs. gosh, did they not watch the tape from yesterday? I'm just curious. The game was just yesterday. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Aryan just said there's almost 500,000 people watching live this game because they're watching it on the PSL stream, and they're actually watching it on Sports Central and all those. That's a lot of people watching on YouTube.
That is, man.
I think it's a very good thing they've done this. You know, usually it's not on YouTube. I don't know if you know this. This is because of the entire pandemic situation that a lot of the Pakistan games and even England in their county matches, they had them on YouTube because it's a lot easier to watch. Ooh, that's single. Good bowling. Last 5 overs, 54 runs. Last 5 overs.
I did not know that. No.
Crazy.
Jeez.
Because of it's hard to bowl Yorker. Suman, I agree with you, but at the same time, he should be trying for it. It doesn't look like he was going to try. That's what he was trying to do. Because otherwise, I'd say it would have been fuller or at least some sort of full toss if he was going for a Yorker. But I appreciate your comment. I think that does make sense.
Well, and I can appreciate nailing those Yorkers are hard, which is why I like the fact that they put Natarajan on the Indian national team, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, another boundary. They just hitting it like easy. It's like it's easy. Oh my gosh.
That's the perk of having a new pitch, a fresh pitch. It's a lot easier to smash those. Someone just said something that I just completely missed. Ray PMB9 says, "What's your opinion on price tag pressure?" Example, Pat Cummins. Yeah, price tag pressure definitely does take into account. It makes sense because if you're being bought for whatever it is, like 15 crore or whatever, that means if you don't perform, your price goes really, really low in the next one, and they need to keep going with that. What do you think, Gabe?
I just think it's pressure because
that's high. That's high.
Is it gonna get caught?
That's high.
Yep, there
Good
it is.
Catch. Sean Masood, the captain of Multan Sultans, takes it comfortably.
Somebody just said Tavir's gonna get a wicket. Somebody just said Tanvir's gonna get a wicket. Price tag is real because when you got that big price tag, you feel like you have to live up to it, and if you don't, then the media is gonna get on you. The fans are gonna get on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Ooh. Is that a no ball? Is that no?
Nah, his heel's behind that line. Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. How much more help do you want, Azjad? Come on.
26 of 16. Good job.
It's not so much that I'm supporting a team. I'm just anti-Nick, and I know Nick likes Lahore because he's they're the underdog. So I'm going against Lahore, guys. Just say it.
I think it makes complete sense. I have not seen you go with Nick
ever.
In the past, so
can't do it. Can't do it.
That is the only logic you need if someone asks you who you're supporting, not Nick's team.
Not Nick's team.
Sounds good.
Listen, we are, we've got that almost that sibling rivalry going on, and not just in sports, man, in everything.
What a shot, David Wisa, man! 176 for 6. I told you there was going to be one more wicket. I think 180 for 6. My prediction might be coming true.
You got to be kidding me. He's at 42. He's at 42. What's his strike rate?
It's over 220. Goodness me.
Oh my gosh.
Madness. 210. Sorry, not 220. 210 strike
rate. 2 days in a row. Do they not know who Visa is? I know who Visa is. And I just watched the game. Stop giving them cookies.
Right. That stat is brilliant. 75% of his shots have been from the middle of the bat. That means how clean is he hitting those? Goodness me.
Visa should open batting now. If he hits another, no way. No way.
182 for 6. I'm telling you, Gabe. I can't believe I predicted this. I'm absolutely so happy right now. That 186. But I would stand up and give him a standing ovation, but I really don't want to show you what I'm wearing underneath my shirt. So, but definitely.
Yeah, he got hootied. He hootied the two bowlers back. Guys, explain to me. I'm just curious. How does the same guy hootie 2 teams in a row in the death overs 2 games in a row. He just gave him 2. He did the same thing yesterday as he did today. 2 sixes. Do a full toss, a bouncer, something.
That's 82 meters. So I think the boundary, right? So the boundary is about 70 meters all around, approximately, something like that. I'll see if I can find out the exact stats, but I think the boundaries are slightly shorter. They're about the Abu Dhabi kind of limits, not Sharjah or Dubai, if that makes sense. Why did you get rid of?
Why did you rid off eye candy Sophie Ecclestone from the Sinister Six? Because although her transgressions, which they were, her transgressions were bad, knocking down players. She thought she was playing rugby and not cricket.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that Rahat Ali
deserves it. Deserves it.
Rahat Ali's drops yesterday were even worse. Okay, don't worry. I'm sure Sophie Ecclestone will make her way back on the Sinister Six at some point. You know, the only person I can tell you is going to be on there for life is, well, 2. Nick and all umpires. But even John Campbell can make his way off there. If John Campbell helps the T20 team win a championship, all is forgiven. Okay, I'll do a I Heart John Campbell t-shirt. I will apologize to him on Twitter. I'll be his biggest fan. Yeah, he got hootied, Renell.
I will buy that t-shirt if you ever do go for that, Gabe. I'm happy to wear it too.
Yeah, I heart John Campbell with a big heart like this. You know, I heart John Campbell. The only person that's on there for life is Nick and all umpires. But that's a good question, Don Antonio Modesto. I just thought that the drop yesterday was egregious by Ali. Unfortunately, he gave Hafiz life. Hafiz went off to score instead of 48, 74, and that's unacceptable.
Right. Gabe, I'm going to mention something because we're on a break now, right? So this was a few weeks ago when you and Nick were kind of discussing your favorite movies, right?
Yeah,
and you talked about your favorite sport movie, not Rocky. And I think you talked about Ali. You talked about, was it Field of Dreams? I think Nick was talking about. In terms of pure, just like sport movies, what do you think of, and I know you like Moneyball, but what do you think of the way they actually showed that entire thing? Is that how it actually happened? Is that how everything from your knowledge happened? Because I watched Moneyball as a non-baseball fan, right? So to me, it was, it's got Brad Pitt, it has Jonah Hill, it has maths, and it has a sport which is similar to cricket. So that's when I watched it, and I was like, this is an interesting movie. Is that exactly or mostly what happened in real life?
That is, the movie could pretty much be a documentary outside of the stuff from his personal life, but that's exactly what happened. Billy Beane was the #1 overall pick, and he busted. And I mean, even back then he went, and what he said is, and I quote, you know, his failure as a baseball player helped him see that, because one of the things that they wrote down on his own scouting report was the kid has a good face and a great jaw, shows a lot of confidence. And he said the one thing I lacked was confidence, but because of the way I looked, they automatically assume I was confident, and that's a mistake. So he took his own failure, but he was the #1 overall pick. Drive by. It was on the, hold on, I got to get my mic up. Drive by. It was the Mets that took him, by the way, #1 overall. But anyway, but that's what the scout wrote. So he started looking at baseball a different way. But yes, the movie's 100% authentic. I love Moneyball as well. It's a really, really good movie. For me, Ali is just because I used to box, and I think Ali, the performance from Will Smith was so believable. It was one of his best performances. So I love that film. Here's a comment I wanted to put on. It was hilarious. I think it was, where are you, Han? I think Han said it. Where is it?
While you look for that, I think someone just mentioned they can see the match in my glasses.
That's all right. We won't get copyrighted because it's on YouTube anyway.
All right. Sounds good.
Sophie Ecclestone says she can only respect people she looks up to. So midget Gabe is beneath her. She's massive, bro. Listen, how many 6-foot women do you know? I'll wait. That's not average here in America. She could play in the WNBA. She's massive. I was exaggerating. It was a little hyperbole when I said she's a giant. She's not a giant. It was hyperbolic, obviously.
In that match, it probably looked like she was. Let's put it that way. That's what you kind of meant, wasn't it? Yeah.
When I said she's 6'13", guys, I am an educator, and despite our American flaws in the education system, metric system beyond, I do know 6'13" would be 7-footer. She's not a 7-footer, but she seemed like it. Okay, she seemed like it out there.
Oh goodness, man!
But to this point, she's a pretty 7-footer. Okay. Who is Nick? Nick is the bane of my existence.
Right. Ray PMB9 asked Gabe and Azad, will you watch ABD fast? You've seen the fastest 100 by AB de Villiers, haven't you?
I have seen them.
Right. Those shots, right? I don't even understand how he hits them. He just moves and he just smashes it back there, right? Which is like a video game. Like there's this game. I don't know if you've played any of the cricket games on your phone or anything. Right. Real Cricket 20 or Real Cricket 19.
Played that one.
Yeah. And it's like a video game shot and he hits it in real life. It's just...
You know what I realized about AB de Villiers watching him this year? Most times when guys hit sixes, I mean, they're trying to hit a six. You see, like Ben Stokes will take the run up or whatever. Coley. There's two people that hit, in my opinion, three now that I can see hit effortless six. And for me, anyway, Chris Gale, he flicks his wrist and it's gone. Pollard literally one-handed sixes, it's gone. And AB de Villiers, he hits balls that you off his bat, you don't think they're gone, and they're just gone. Like he's stronger than he looks. But you could tell Chris Gale is like 6'3", 6'4". He's got to be. Pollard's got to be like 6'5" as well. They're both big dudes. AB de Villiers ain't a big dude. So I think what's very deceiving about him is how much power he has, but he doesn't look like it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you seen, and again, might be a stupid question because I know you know of this guy, but have you ever seen Brian Lara's batting? Like an actual highlights package of Brian Lara in an ODI, not a test match, in an ODI match. Right? The way he smashed the ball, I'm telling you, he was so effortless. Definitely, I urge you to watch one of, I can't remember, it was somewhere in the 170s or 180s, one of his like really famous ODI innings. And it was just absolutely amazing. And he was effortless in hitting sixes, hitting fours. And it's just the bat swing that he had. He'd like bend down, jump up, and then when he smashed it, it just stay hit. And when you talked about Gale and Pollard, it's the West Indian mindset, isn't it? I think that's one of the big things. They just so effortless in hitting sixes.
You know who reminds me of that? The way they bat now? Brathwaite. He's very small. He makes himself small. He kind of, jumps up at it. And the way he's Brathwaite is, I get it. He is not, but that's the way. I mean, I saw this guy score 100. I feel like in tests, that's a big, accomplishment. You know what I mean?
I think you're talking about Craig Brathwaite, right? Just for my
Craig Brathwaite.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
I just realized there were two Brathwaites. All right. Back in the chat. Let's see.
Hardik Pandya, yes. Suman says Hardik should be also on that. I wouldn't doubt that. Honestly, Hardik Pandya, some of the shots he hit were just magnanimous. I'm not even kidding. Like, that was beautiful. Some of that hitting, apart from the final, again, he didn't do much in the final, but what he did in some of those games was just
Boomer. We actually teach the metric system here. It's part of Common Core, but we don't teach furlongs to kids. We stop at meters. Like a furlong is what, like 20-something thousand meters? I can't remember the exact number. He's like, I don't remember either. But at least at elementary, we stop at teaching a kid meters. Well, no, meters, kilometers. Yeah. But we do teach the metric system as part of Common Core. America has finally gotten out of the mindset that it's just America only. Like, look, international business is international. The world has become really a global community. So we've now incorporated the metric system into elementary, which wasn't taught when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? We've incorporated different languages now, where in high school before it was only Spanish. That was your second language because there were so many Hispanics here. Now you can Chinese. You can take French German. I think French was always there. You could take French, German. What else can you take? Italian. So we're trying to become more diverse. You know, it's funny. Literally, no matter where you go in the world, they teach English, right? In the school system. For the longest time, we did not really teach any foreign languages here, which we should, and that was kind of arrogant on our part. But now we are. Actually, furlongs are 1/8 of a mile. It's part of the imperial system.
Right. This is the thing. I'm glad that topic kind of came up, because when in Pakistan and India, it's kilometers, but in England, it's miles, right? So when I first moved to England, I had the mindset of everything being in everything being in kilometers. So when I started watching cricket, what they started to do was put the miles and the kilometers. And that really helped me kind of gauge that. I really enjoy that. So I think in terms of what you're saying, it's good to have that breadth of knowledge on both sides. And the language bit, I think I did German, French, and Spanish by the time I was 13 in England.
Wow.
Right?
Really?
So we had to, in year 7, 8, and 9, we had to do German. In 8 and 9, I had to do French as well. And 9, I had to do Spanish as well. And then I had to choose one of them. So I chose German and did that for 5 years. And I think it's good that the States are actually adapting to that and trying to get as many other languages in place, because there are a lot of languages which are highly, like Mandarin. 1 billion people or something like that actually speak Mandarin. English, fine, is one of the most spoken languages, and it's taught exactly in so many schools around the world.
Right.
And it's good that you're adapting to different types, you know?
You know, and I think that America's a melting pot, you know what I mean? But for the longest time, we had this isolationist kind of mentality, which made no sense, honestly. Let's be real. We're a nation born of other nations, okay? I always laugh when you get the immigration argument here in America. It's like, wait a minute. Ain't everybody in America from somewhere else? Like if you go back in history, unless you're Native American, you know, the Irish were the very first big immigrant group outside. Well, I'm talking about after the colonies were established.
Of course.
But the Irish and the Italians, all these people were immigrants here. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? But I think it's super interesting, and our mindset has began to change over the last 10, 15 years, especially in education. But coffee, Ozjad, I will trust you to hold down the chat.
I'm happy to do so, my friend. Goodness me, this is they've still got a break.
Coffee break.
Problem. Coffee break. Right, so guys, Ketchup Fan says, Cricket for Americans, remember the name Carlos Prato asked us to. Oh yeah, 23 off that last over, and he smashed 4 sixes. You know what? Yesterday, I loved in the chat that someone said, remember the name, and then as soon as Brathwaite got out, I was like, don't remember the name. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. So whoever said that yesterday, I salute you. Brilliantly done. Loved it. Loved every second of it. What's got Boomer? Joe Root, it's still better than measuring weight by stones. Yeah, it's weird because in the UK, everyone says, like, if they ask, oh, how much do you weigh? It's like 13 stone X or 15 stone what? And I, for the longest time, didn't realize that stones and pounds were kind of compatible. And they are. It's 14 pounds to a stone, I think. I hope. Something like that. And I do kilograms because I've just always thought of it with kilograms. So that's very interesting. Yeah, I don't think stones should be used now, but that's just common words in the UK. Harris, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I am truly humbled by that comment. I can't really put that on screen because I don't have that capability, but I appreciate that. Thank you, Harris. Mira, only thing that can stop is customs. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Han Solo said something. Oh, the chat has just disappeared. There you go. Gabe is off to have some humble pie. Great comments there. Where you go? Carlos is a one-hit wonder. Ooh. I don't know. I've seen him do well at least 3 times, so maybe a 3-hit wonder, but I personally think he has the capability. Like players like Darren Sammy, right? I would say Darren Sammy is a really good player, but over the years, I don't think he's played as much. and in Peshawar Zalmi, he's been respected a bit, quite a bit. So again, I have a bit of bias there because I've seen him in the PSL and he's done really well. He's captained in the PSL as well. So that kind of similarity between Brathwaite and Sami, that they're maybe underrated, but there might be some reason behind that. Haris Arshad also said Shahid Afridi played Test like it's T20 before T20. Yeah, he did. He's well, a lot of Viv Richards did that, man. Come on, Viv Richards probably the pioneer of smashing the ball at about 100 strike rate in Test matches, which is crazy. S. Stark, yes, I think it was. That was absolutely hilarious. Thank you for that. Ray PMB says, Azaz, should mega auction happen? I think it should. Being a CSK supporter, I think it should. Because it might be a benefit to a lot of the teams who've had injured players who can't play for the next period of time. And if they do have this auction, and I think they're looking at December, January, aren't they, for this auction for the IPL. So if they get it done, I'd actually like that, because that would give some potentially new players a chance rather than sticking with the same teams. So teams like, I know Rajasthan Royals just performed overall unlucky to perform that badly this season, but CSK, they found one really good young player, and maybe they can, because Shane Watson is retired now, so maybe they can get another international player in the back for replacement for Faf du Plessis. So I get that.
Yes, I'll take some bites, please. Can I have some bites? I will take him. Yes, thank you very much. You know what's funny, guys? As I'm thinking about this yesterday, Nick made a comment on our R3 wickets, because I was talking about how let's just get it right? We've got technology. Why not get the call right? And then I was watching it last night while I was at work. The replay of our R3 wickets. I like to listen to what I said to make sure I didn't come out looking too dumb or whatever. Sure, because sometimes in the heat of the moment you may say something that later on you're like, do I really adhere to that, or I probably should have said that. But here's the thing: I don't know if it's like this in cricket, but in baseball, there's actually a category for errors. Okay, it's for making mistake, for dropping catches or missing catches. It's called errors. They track it. That's how
Wow, didn't know that.
We have something called routine. Routine. Like you guys would maybe call it a sitter. If it's a sitter, that means 1,000 times that ball gets hit, 1,000 times that ball should get caught. Bottom line. And
Shaheen Afridi.
I love
I love it. That's 4. That's gone for 4, but that's a beauty.
That's a beautiful Yorker, bro. I mean, that was just a great piece of hitting. But the point is, we track that, right, guys? So to me, I don't know. It's maybe I do expect perfection, but I think baseball expects perfection because, again, when you have a stat that tracks mistakes, which is an official stat in baseball, and they actually give out awards for the people that make the least fielding mistakes. They're called silver gloves and gold gloves. It's a big deal. What do you think?
I think that's something that should potentially be considered. They do have best fielder, best moments, things like that. But in general, the only stat I've seen with fielding is catches and drops. I haven't seen how many misfields. The only place where I've actually seen misfields be tracked is in England, when matches happen in England, or at least on Sky Sports, which is where a lot of the England matches are shown. They have these different metrics, which are really good to watch. So things like misfielding, things like there's this win viz, which basically says what is the prediction of this team winning, and things like that.
And here's the thing about that, right? I only mention that because let's say a guy like Faf, his defense alone, as good as Faf du Plessis is, should basically net him more curves than, let's say, a guy who's known for drops, where even if both of them hit well, I'm a better overall player than you because of my fielding. And that's one of the reasons why in baseball they keep that stat of errors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, makes complete sense, honestly. Who else? Goodness me.
Again, good bowling.
Shaheen, love to see him ball.
Oh, come on.
Caught. Ah, that's 4.
You know
That was
what?
a bit
It's the power play. So there's only a
two
few
players out.
guys outside of the circle. Everybody's inside the circle. If not, that's an out. If that ball gets hit later on, it's an out.
Definitely. Silver Rahul says, Azja, do you remember Sanjay Surya? Tell Gabe about... Right. So, Gabe, you've probably noticed that in the power play, the batsmen go hard, and in the death, batsmen go hard, right? But in the middle, they usually, not all the time, but there's some sort of like lull in a lot of games, isn't there?
Yes.
There's just routine play. So the first person that I can recall who started that movement to smash it in the power play was Sanjay Surya of Sri Lanka, right? In ODIs in the first 10 overs. That's high again.
Come on, that's got to be an out. Somebody get under it.
Dropped short.
He's so unlucky right now. Those are 2 great balls. They should be outs, and they're just falling in no man's land. I love watching a free ball.
Yeah, but have you noticed both the Afridis are doing well? Yes. The other one is Multan Sultans actually as well. Sanjay Surya, he started the trend of actually smashing the ball in the first 10 overs or first 15 overs back in the day. So he was such a prolific batsman for Sri Lanka. I'll definitely, like players like Brian Lara, player like Sanjay Surya, I would recommend if you do get a chance to watch a couple of their highlights on YouTube. Really good batsman, really good.
That's a really... Yes. Are you kidding me? They said CSK should try to get Shaheen Afridi hit for 12 in that first over. Crazy. But I mean, it was a lucky 12, people.
Goodness me. Right. Someone just asked, why are you supporting Lahore? I don't know who did. I think Chadal. I'm supporting Lahore because I like Shaheen Afridi. I like Haris Rove. I like Mohammad Hafiz. So because of these 3 players, I'm supporting Lahore. Also, I want to see Karachi Lahore final because they're like the big teams who haven't gotten a title yet. Multan, yes, I know Multan would have won the tournament definitely if the PSL continued in March, in my opinion. But because of this break, Karachi just seemed more of a logical choice. So I actually want Karachi to win, but in this game, I want Karachi and Lahore to have that final.
Momentum is the thing, right? You can't. Momentum is a thing in sports, right?
Yeah.
I'm the best team all year long, but then I stop my regular season and have to wait, 8 months to do a playoffs. That's gonna take away from my momentum. It's almost a brand new season, basically.
Yeah. Goodness me. Hafiz is bowling. Good man.
Interesting. In.
Oh, that's 4. Is that 4? Right. This batsman, right? Adam Lyth. I think he's from England. And he's done some really good things in the Vitality Blast. So if anyone knows the Vitality Blast quite well, please do let me know. But I remember him smashing a bit. I think he's from Yorkshire. Correct me if I'm wrong. But...
youngster should CSK go for? Oh my gosh. If Padicle gets released somehow, Padicle's
not going to get released. The only person I can think... No way. There's no way because who else? Like, this is the thing. And I know we might get to this at some point in the future, but I would have David Padicle in my IPL 11, right? For this season.
Right.
For RCB. He was the guy, apart from 2 matches, he basically led RCB to the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
he'd just score. He'd just come in and score. And that's something that's
consistent. He was their most consistent batsman. I mean, outside of 2 games where Kohli played big, he was their most consistent batsman. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, why would you run on that? I mean, I don't think you got him, but why would you even run on that?
They're trying to keep as you said, they're trying to keep the run rate quick so that. Oh, is that in? Is that in? I think he's in.
But why even take that chance? Yeah, he's in.
Good. Yeah. All right. That's good.
Padicle is the king. It is the future of Kings 11. Everybody wants Padicle. I mean, if Padicle got released, how many curves? I think he'd go for. Bro, I would pay a good amount from, not obviously 13, 15.
Super chat. I'm just telling you now before anything happens. Super chat. Oh, Hafiz, goodness me, that ball just.
Jihan, thank you for the super chat, Jihan. Much love. Gabe, are you going for the Melbourne Stars This will be their year. Perth almost considered a different country. Yeah. Here, don't forget. Don't go for the Scorchers. You know what, Jihan? Jihan's one again. Thank you for the super chat. He's one of the OGs over here, Dr. Jihan. I have looked at the Melbourne Stars. I know that they've got this guy done from this team over here. Mitchell Marsh is on there, but I don't know if he's going to be able to play because remember he got injured in the IPL. I am doing a lot of research. I got to end this losing streak against Nick. You have no idea. I am doing a lot of research. So far, I really like the Melbourne Stars. I like the Sixers. The Sixers have a really nice lineup as well. I don't get it. The Scorchers, I know people love the Scorchers. I look at their lineup. Maybe it's because I'm not familiar with all these domestic Australian players. And unless they're on the test team, I'm like, I don't get it with the Scorchers, to be honest.
I think, and I might be wrong on this, so people in the chat, please correct me. So the Scorchers, are they the one with Glenn Maxwell as the captain?
No, Glenn Maxwell, I think, is with the Melbourne Stars, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Okay. Let me quickly Google this because I might be wrong. So let me just get that. Let me get to it.
Scorchers coached by JL. Oh man.
Right.
JL.
You got to go with them. You got to go with Perth, don't you? I've actually thought a bit about this. So I remember this was last year or last season.
Maxwell's on Melbourne Stars. I'm telling you, I'm doing my research on this one. I just like I did for the IPL, bro, because I cannot lose to Nick again. Oh my god.
There's so many teams though that are not going to have the Australian players because they're going to be playing India.
Oh, the test match. Where do I find that out, guys?
So
I didn't think about that. Where do I find that out if they're actually playing?
Right. So the way I've done it, and again, I've just got it somewhere. I just can't find the file. So what I did was I just created an Excel sheet and went through the entire teams of the BBL and then look at the squad that's been announced, right? And just matched up whoever is supposed to be in what team. Like players like Mitchell Stark, players like Pat Cummins, players like potentially Marcus Stoinis. I don't know if Stoinis is going to play in the test, but I can't remember.
Yeah, Stoinis is also on the Melbourne Stars. I'm telling you, I like the Melbourne Stars a lot, but I didn't even think about it. What if these guys are on the test team? They're going to play first.
Yeah, definitely. So, and they have to stay in the bubble. So just think about that before you choose. Just to.
Ooh,
that's a good shot. That's a beautiful shot. Adam Lyth, goodness me.
Oh, Multan, 29 for nil. They're starting quick. But why did I speak? Watch a wicket fall. God.
Oh my goodness. Swap now.
Hasn't played. Did I say Mitchell Stark? Mitchell Marsh. I meant Mitchell Marsh. Guys, sorry.
It's injured. Yeah. Right. Swap now. Gabe, Azad saved you. What research were you doing?
I forgot. Guys, this is new for me. I forgot about that they're going to be playing at the same time. So I just went on the BBL site. Did he get hit?
I don't know. I'm just checking because but I'll tell you this. It seems like they're saying something about his stomach muscle or something like that. But Gabe, this guy, right? Apart from this T20 series against Zimbabwe, he played in England. He played all the matches in England. Then he played the Vitality Blast in England. Went to Pakistan, played the domestic T20 competition, and then played 3 ODIs in a row. And then he took a 3-match rest, and now he's back in the PSL. This guy, 20-year-old, right? He must be exhausted. Yeah, I'm absolutely shocked. They're not, and this is the thing. I've got a friend of mine. He started a channel. I don't know if I mentioned this before. It's called Quality Shot. So what he said is Pakistan needs to rest these players on certain times so that they get the best out of them. You know, you've seen like Bumrah rested 2 games at the end of the Mumbai Indians league stages because they're after like playing 12, 13 games. And that's exactly what Pakistan needs to do with this guy. But he's going to play. If Lahore gets in, he has to play. That's the thing. And they can't rest him. And look at him. He's got some sort of pulled muscle. And you can't have that.
And those take a while to heal.
He's Pakistan's best bowler, in my opinion. even though I think he's second or third in T20 wickets this year. It's
Guys,
mad.
Trey texted me at work last night and said, because he's in a football tournament in Arizona, he said, Dad, I played well. I got another pick, 3 catches, 2 drops, but I am hurting. My knees are on fire. He hasn't taken a day off. This entire week, it's been baseball, football, practice. Even young kids, and Trey's only 16, your body starts wearing down after a while. You know what I'm saying? You need that time to recover. So I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, he's a young kid. That's still a lot of cricket, guys. That is a lot of cricket.
Actually, my friends in the chat, it's Quality Shot. What are his chats? He says Stoinis is only.
Thank you for joining. Who is Trey? Trey's my son. Trey's my 16-year-old son. He's been on the channel before. He'll watch games with us or whatnot from time to time. But now that school started back up and we got sports, like literally, he's at practices every day. He's got school, online. This is junior year. It's a very important game. If you guys check out our Twitter on Boring Reviews Twitter, I'll put some clips of him playing. So both 7-on-7 football, which is what he's playing right now this weekend, and baseball. But it's just a lot when you don't take any days off or any series off. Your body needs to heal. That's a beautiful ball.
See, I feel bad because he's only balled like 2 bad deliveries, and the rest of it's so good, and he still got it for 19 in 2 overs. That's madness. Ray PMB9 says, Azad, CSK can buy Abdul Samad and Kane Williamson from SRH, Tewatia, Huda, and Kishan in auction. If they got those players, I'm telling you, like they'd be so happy. But Williamson isn't leaving. SRH. I don't think someone's not leaving. Tewatia is not. Huda might be able to be taken in the auction, but I'm sure Mumbai Indians are going to pay loads of money to keep Kishan into their side. With a shot.
Oh, great shot. Great shot. Beautiful. Oh, Multan. I love it. Bro,
goodness.
They can't keep everybody. The Mumbai Indians are they can't keep everybody. How many people can you protect in the draft is a question. They can't keep everybody.
There's a few you can. And I think I remember a few years ago it was 3, but it might be a bit more now. But yeah, in the chat, if you can correct me, then that would be great. But they're not going to lose people like Bumrah or Rohit Sharma or Pollard, right? It's just, I think, because they're so like Mumbai Indians is owned by Ambani, right? So it's hard to match the money. I guess he's gonna pay as much as he needs to. He's even tailing it in. Goodness me, those Yorkers are mad.
Ooh, I don't know if 5. They're saying 5. So think about it. 5. Mumbai, if you're keeping 5, you're keeping Bumrah. No, that's your number 1 hold. Rohit Sharma's the captain, so obviously he gets kept. You're gonna probably keep, in my opinion, I would be keeping Malinga, right? You got to keep Malinga. You don't want him going anywhere else. That's already 3, even though Malinga didn't play this last year, but they still got to keep him. He counts against their roster. And you're probably going to keep Pollard. That's 4. So who's their 5th? There's no Hardik Pandya.
Do you know what? Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, Bumrah. I'd actually go, they'd choose Bolt. Because Bolt was a revelation in the power play this season.
He was.
Right? Malinga, this is the thing. Malinga is an amazing bowler. He's been great for at least 10 years. Oh, Afridi Shaheen is off the pitch.
Oh, God. And going, guys, listen, I am going for the Multan, but you never like to see an athlete come out with injury because it takes a long time. Trey had a rash of injuries. My older son, his senior year, dropped and he was looking at D1 scholarships, bro. 2 things killed him. His ACT score, which
that's bad fielding.
Anybody here who's an athlete, student athlete, those scores matter. That'll the difference from you going to a D1 school to a D2 school. And that's a really bad misfield. And a concussion. My older son got knocked out on the field, out cold, bro. He was playing running back and middle linebacker, and he cut up the middle. A guy just absolutely hit him from the blind side, and he was out. Now, people say, oh, it's a concussion. It's just a headache. That means you've never had concussion. He was in a hospital. They had to have him in a room that was completely pitch black because his eyes were sensitive to the light. When we had him home for about 4 or 5 days, it was like having vertigo. He was dizzy. He was throwing up. Concussions are bad.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this happened in the biggest game of the year. So all those coaches that were there saw my son get laid out, and they're like, "Oh, he's damaged goods." Because the idea is once you get one concussion, you're going to suffer from another and another. And true to form, he's already had 2 in college. So that kind of lowers your stock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The point is, never wish injury on a player, guys. And whenever, even if it's on the opposing team, when a player gets injured, like we just saw Shaheen Afridi get injured, pray for them, because it may look like nothing. He could have just tore an abdominal muscle. He could be out for months. You know what I mean?
I just hope it isn't. Goodness me, this series, like, you could probably tell from my face. I
feel your pain.
It's madness. Goodness me. Someone says, as the Pakistani players don't take rest because of it. Shaheen Afridi shouldn't have any insecurity. This guy's probably the best bowler they have. He's not going to have insecurity about his place. I'm really sorry. I don't think that's a point there. But a lot of other players do have insecurity, and I don't doubt that. With Shaheen Afridi, he's been Pakistan's best bowler for a year and a half now, right? Like when he just rejuvenated the World Cup last year as well. It's just mad.
Get it out of here. What a hit.
He is the best. Right, okay. Gabe, I don't know if you know this, but because of this pandemic situation, they had to get players very quickly to because a lot of players dropped out from the PSL. And Adam Lyth was picked up as he wasn't the initial pick in the Multan Sultans, right? So just come in. Yeah, and he's come in at 34 of what, 15, 14, something like that. Madness.
76 meters. Nice.
Good shot.
Finally some good fielding.
Good job.
They're saying SRH will leave Williamson or Bairstow for their auction. I agree.
Bairstow. I think they need to get Bairstow out. If Saha plays the way that he did before he got injured, there's no point of Bairstow.
That's another thing. My favorite player on Mumbai Indians is Sky. Are you going to leave Sky unprotected? I love Sky.
No. Oh, no, they're not going to leave. See, that's the thing. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to even pick. Like Mumbai Indians, I think in my top 11, I've got 6 Mumbai Indians players, right? Easily. Goodness.
Easy. You know what? That's a good exercise. If you let us know in the chat, who are the 5 Mumbai Indians you protect? Even if you're not a Mumbai Indians fan, let us know. I think I protect Sky. I love Sky, but that means you're going to leave a lot of other good players unprotected.
Are you going to leave DeCock out? Oh my goodness. They're not going to leave Cronulla. Oh my God. Yeah, sorry. That's just madness.
Think about it. Quentin DeCock, he was the number 1 wicket keeper this year.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to protect DeCock, Pollard, Sky. I would go DeCock, Pollard, Sky, Bumrah,
Hardik, Bolt. Yeah, you can't get out Bolt. I think 25 wickets, right? Out of which 20 of them were in the power play.
Yeah, and Bolt. That's your 5 right there. That's my 5.
Oh my goodness!
That means both Pandias are out there. That means Ishaq Hashan is out there. That means Malinga's out there. Pattinson is out there. Coulter now. Their team is built of super. They robbed people at the auction. I don't know how this happened, but they robbed people at the auction, bro.
Yes, and he's got a wicket. Good man.
Shot. Why?
That was a bad shot.
Above your head. That was a wide. Why?
Oh, by the way, Rainfire says, as I don't say this Ambani thing, everyone has same price. Apologies, I forgot about that. I forgot everyone has the same money limit. Thank you for correcting me. In that case, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna keep all their players. They won't have the funds. That's absolutely crazy. That wicket, right? If they didn't, right, this wicket is absolutely key because I genuinely thought if they didn't get a wicket in this over, they lost it because the power play 5, they're going at above 10 and over, right? And most of the power play, it's just madness. It's absolute madness.
It was a huge wicket. Luckily, like you said, Lith is still out there, and he's 34 for 17. Mm-hmm. But man, As a CSK fan, I am praying, guys, praying. I say praying that there's an auction this year. Is it for sure there's going to be an auction? Because I keep getting trolled.
There might be. We don't know yet, because I remember about a month ago I reported something, or about a few weeks ago I reported something that there might be an auction. Then there was like, no, nobody wants an auction, and now it's back in play. So I have no idea. The latest they can possibly have the auction is January. No later than that. What do you think? Also, that's the captain. Shan Masood is out. He was really unlucky yesterday. I don't know if you heard, but he was really unlucky. Got smashed, and then it hit the bowler's foot, hit on the stumps. He was run out for like 2 runs or something. It was, oh my goodness.
He has a much better game today. Me personally, bro. And if there's an auction, you're invited. Obviously, Nick and I will be doing a live auction for the auction. It'll be. I think the auction is the most interesting thing of the IPL. No other sport I can think of has this where they can buy their players. You're creating your team. That puts so much pressure on management.
They've actually done some. So have you heard of the 100 that was going to happen in England? It was basically going to be So in that, they had an auction earlier this year, and that was really entertaining as well. So this auction setup kind of helps all teams, doesn't it? It kind of makes it a fair,
fair and balanced. I would love to see this in all sports.
Definitely. How does it work? So how does it work with, in American NFL and baseball? Is it not an auction? What is it like? Is it just players just
trash?
Okay.
You know what? This is how it works. Baseball is really, really crazy because baseball, in my opinion, is the most unfair system, and I'll tell you why. There's not an auction. There's a draft. So you can go into high school and draft players. So let's say a scout watches Trey play this year, next year. I'm going to draft that kid out of high school, which is what happened to Billy Bean. You're taking a shot on a high school kid, basically. Okay. And you now got them for whatever you draft them for. They got to sign their signing bonus, $1 million. But now you own that guy for 6 or 7 years. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot of that. They'll draft kids ridiculous. The baseball draft is ridiculous. Then they also have international, where they can sign players internationally from Cuba, Dominican Republic. They're just free agents, and they don't get drafted. They go right into the pool. And that's kind of a bidding war. That's not an auction. It's not an auction, but literally any team can purchase them at that point. But once they're under contract, they're under contract for whatever the length of their contract is, 7 or 8 years. The NFL is stupid. The NFL is worst team gets the first pick. So now you got teams tanking every year. Every time a big I'm lagging. Okay, guys, hold on for a second.
Yeah. Someone, by the way. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So Suman, I agree with you. Yeah, I've heard who you're talking about. So there's a lot of Pakistani experts, cricket experts, who say that exact same thing. And I agree with you. The only one I think is, I know you're not talking about Shaheen Afridi, so apologies for the slight rant, but I'm just really worried about him because I want him to be fit. I want him to be fit for the Pakistan series against New Zealand. He deserves to, go there and do well.
Hopefully, it's. But the NFL, like I was saying, is done because the worst team gets the first pick. So that motivates teams to tank, right? When they know they're going to have a bad season, lose their games. So there's not a competitive advantage or a competitive game for a few games there, and it throws off the competitive balance of the league. NBA has the same thing, only they have an auction. So the more games you lose, you get more balls in this lottery system. So it's still a little random who gets the first pick or whatever. But there's free agents where you could buy when they're out of contract. But there's nothing in American sports like, wow. Oh, wow. He put it down. He put it down. That would have been an amazing catch.
I don't want to call that a drop. Because that's it. He saved it. But
let's see.
That would have been a great catch, though, if he did take it.
I mean, if you make that kind of effort, I can't be mad at you. Yeah. But it's if it hits your hands, you got to catch it. Come on. But I'm not. That's not a sitter. That wasn't like the nightmare that was dropped yesterday. Come on.
Yeah, definitely. Quality shot. Yeah. If Shaheen isn't fit, Pakistan might have to go with Haris Rauf, who for Pakistan, I don't know this if you know this game, but for Pakistan, Haris Rauf, the guy who got hoodied almost yesterday, he hasn't been bowling well for Pakistan at all. Okay, so if Shaheen isn't fit, you've got him bowling there, and that's going to worry a lot of Pakistani fans. He's great in Australia. I know he played at the Big Bash last season, did a pretty good job. But yeah, that's going to be really, really sad.
What a nice touch on that shot, by the way. It almost went for a boundary. It didn't, but that's a nice touch.
Definitely.
And I think that's what separates really good batsmen from, if you got to play the pull shot or, go extra cover. But when you're able to touch, those balls like that and just, to me, that's what separates, let's say, a Kohli, those guys that can play all the shots, as opposed to your big power hitters like a Gale or like even a Pollard. They don't have those finesse shots in their books, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get what you mean. And that finesse comes from timing. It's literally you have to just time the ball right, and it just runs away for four or runs away very, very quickly. And that's exactly what happened.
Guys, if Finch releases, if RCB releases Finch, I would take Finch.
I'd take Finch for you mean
CSK? I would take Finch.
Right. This is the thing. Who do you right? This is the key question, Gabe. Right. If you want Finch, does he get into your squad? Because you got Duplessis and you got Gaikwad, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I would bet Duplessis at 3. I would keep Gaikwad opening up. Finch is an opener, and put Duplessis at 3. Or if we get Sky, then we don't even have to worry about.
Then that's fine.
I mean, dude, I am praying for an IPL auction. Oh, Christmas come early.
Oh my goodness! What a shot!
Bye,
Adam Lyth. Oh my goodness!
Go sign my ball, Adam Lyth. Ooh.
I like him.
What team is he on? Is he in the Big Bash League? I like him a lot.
He's in the Vitality Blast. I think he was playing for Yorkshire in the England T20 League. Is he in the Big Bash? Might be wrong. I don't know. Adam Lyth. Hilarious if he's actually Melbourne Stars.
Swapnil. So you think Swapnil with the drive-by? He said Gabe is dreaming about Sky to CSK. So you think? So then you agree Mumbai's got to keep him. That means they're going to let go of somebody big. Are they letting go of Pollard? Are they letting go? They're not letting go of Bumrah. They're not letting go of Rohit. Who are they letting go of?
Crazy to decide that.
All you Mumbai fans in there, just be prepared for your team to be decimated, because everybody's gonna go yum 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 and buy all your players.
Goodness me. Right, thanks, Quality Shot. Thanks for giving me that. So Lyth might be in the Big Bash. I'm just looking if I can find any actual bases on that. But seems like he might actually play in the Big Bash. That'll be good. That'll be good to see him play outside, because some of the hitting, man, it's just been crazy.
Look at Mira says, Gabe, this IPL will be crazy. I'm expecting a Gabe rant on Prateek Zinta. She bids like a kid in a candy store and randomly inflates the price of player.
You know what? I wouldn't mind watching that. It's absolutely hilarious what she does. So that's always nice to see, because she's Kings XI Punjab's owner, right? So she might just do that.
Beautiful woman. And she's into it, bro. At the game, she's emotional. You love it. The fire. That's the kind of owner you want, the passionate owner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
This guy will get around $1.5 million to $2 million.
He should. He definitely should.
Bro, I love me some Sky. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're a Mumbai Indian fan, you can't expect to have the same team next year, because everybody else is going to pick the carcass of whatever you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Which is the reason why Mumbai Indians and Delhi both don't want an auction. They don't want an auction for next season.
Oh, come on. 2 hands.
Right, Suman, thank you for your comment. Yeah, I get your point. Even I think so. His workload should be managed. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for your comment.
So is it basically a vote thing? Is it who's going to vote for auction? Is that how it's going to work? Because the way I see it, there's 8 teams in the IPL. 6 of them probably won an auction. So
and
you get outvoted if Mumbai.
You know what? 6 of them won an auction from just one team.
Yeah, they just want to. Yeah, they want. Oh, Mumbai, give me that. Give me that. Give me that.
Oh, live,
and you're right.
That. Good fielding effort at the boundary.
That was a great fielding effort. Bolt was 3rd or 4th in the purple cap. He took the most wickets in the power play. How do you let go of Bolt?
You don't. You can't. And this is the thing. They'll have to drop Malinga because they don't need Malinga. That's the thing. Right now, I don't think they need Malinga. And who else could he? Honestly, he could go to CSK. CSK could try and get Malinga.
Oh, and they've got a lot of money now that Watson retired, right?
Oh, for sure. Right. One thing I want to mention. So I don't know if you've noticed this, but this is what they're going at above 10 and over. So the other batsman, Shan Masood, is just tapping singles because he doesn't need to do anything. The other guy's just making all the runs. And I feel really bad because I'm going for Lahore, right?
Right.
And at this point, we don't have Shaheen to come and back us up later on in the innings. So who do we have? Ooh, that's a good slower ball. Takes a single. Well run that.
Yeah, Multan is in good shape to win the game, but once again, I'm not even going to talk and open my mouth because I've learned my lesson after I got de Villiers. Bro, I still remember that day. You and I were on the stream together, and I was so angry. My eye was twitching. I got like a little red bloodshot there. The wife came and bought me some tea. Oh, her love me. She's like, it's okay, babe. It's okay. Now, complete full disclosure, she's seen me that kind of angry all the time with the Giants and the Knicks. And gosh, you know what I mean?
Oh my. Right. There's a drive-by by Han Solo. Malinga is near the end of his career, so he is a great fit for CSK.
You are the man. Yo, Han Solo is a professional drive-by artist. Bro, we're gonna call him Machine Gun Tommy, all right? He is a professional drive-by artist, bro. Giving it to you.
Right. Oh, that's a good ball. Good ball, Harris, man.
He didn't know where the ball was.
He didn't. Geordie Girl 40 mentions that Adam Lyth T20 blast figures, right? He made 161 in a T20 game. 161 by one guy in a T20. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he definitely deserves to play more cricket outside of England.
Absolutely. Look at this.
Goodness
me. He also bowled and got 1 for 22. He got pumped a little bit. Not really. That's about 11, but got a wicket in 2 overs. I'll take it. He's an all-rounder, right? Lyth is considered an all-rounder.
I think he's more of a batsman who bowls a bit. I think he's a part-time spinner, but if I'm wrong, please correct me in the chat.
Do I like batsmen who do I like cricketers who have a bit of arrogance with them, or do I like humble guys? I love the arrogance. Give me some universe boss. Give me some Virat Kohli. I'm sorry. I like loud guy. I'm loud myself. Give me some Stokes. You know what I mean? Like
Super chat, Swap Nil. Super chat.
Ooh, super chat. What's up, Swap Nil? Let's see what Swap Nil says. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for catching that, Azjad. He says, Gabe, one factor you're missing is that you should check remaining purse. Each team right now, I think, has a total of 12 million to start. Ooh, wow. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. God, all I want for Christmas is an IPL auction.
Hush Bhakti says Bishnoi will play a big role in IPL 2021. Definitely. If the IPL happens in India, right? Bishnoi is going to play such a big part for Kings 11.
Do you think Bishnoi gets released? He's a young guy.
He shouldn't. I don't think
top 5.
I think he should. I personally think he should because I really liked him.
Let's go through this exercise. KL Rahul, Agarwal. Mayank Agarwal has to go, right? KL Rahul,
Chris Gale.
Puran, you can't let him go. They might let go of Chris Gale.
He's the one who changed their entire fate this season.
I agree, but they didn't pay him at all. A, so they got him cheap, and B, I think that
he's in.
So let's assume they keep Chris Gale. Is Bishnoi? No, Mohammed Shami. That's 5. So it's either Chris Gale or Bishnoi.
I think they should go Bishnoi, I don't think that. I don't think they're gonna go Puran. I think they're gonna drop Puran. I think they're gonna go Chris Gale.
Nicholas Puran is young, bro. He's Chris Gale light.
I get you. I agree with you, but you can't drop Chris Gale. Not with what he did this season. Like, he literally changed their entire fate of the tournament. Comes in, and having someone like that freed up KL Rahul as well, didn't it? It helped Mayank Agarwal bat as well. So this is my personal opinion. Again, it might be the case that maybe they drop Bishnoi. Maybe they put Bishnoi in for the auction, but I'd always keep Bishnoi. I think he's such a class bowler. He's 20 years old, right? He's so young.
I love Bishnoi.
Bishnoi.
I loved it when they left him off the international squad, bro. Me and Nick lost it. We're like, what? Why do they hate Bishnoi?
Adam Lyth with a 50 off 28 delivery.
50, baby. Again, Swapnil, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I think Puran will go big if he goes into the auction. I love him on CFK. He's a young guy. I doubt they let him go. We'll see what happens. So many teams. You know what? The only team that really doesn't have any issues is CSK. We're like, we're good. Come on.
You don't want anyone.
I'm CSK. I'm keeping Dhoni. Obviously, he's captain. You got to keep Dhoni, right?
You keep Dhoni. You keep Duplessis. You keep Gaikwad.
You keeping Gaikwad. And really, all the other hitters, I'll throw them all back in the auction. I'm not really worried about any of the other hitters there. And as far as the bowlers are concerned, Bravo's on an injury. I'm sorry. I love Dwayne Bravo. He got injured at the end of the CPL, and he got injured in the IPL.
Yeah.
Not doing it. I'll get him back in the auction, maybe cheaper, but I'm not going to waste them. Yep, Tom Curran. You got to keep Curran if you're CSK. I love, not Tom, Sam Curran. He's one of the youngsters. He's part of the youth movement. And maybe, I don't know, man. What do you think? Mitchell Sadner?
He didn't play enough. So I don't know. I'm actually going. They're gonna keep Deepak Chahar. Because they love Deepak Chahar.
Chahar, yeah, there you go. That's the 5. But I'm saying it's not like you have issues if you're CSK. If you're other teams, you got some issues. RCB, other than Padikkal and Kohli, Padikkal, Kohli,
Edge,
and De Villiers. Oof,
goodness me. Rahul Pradhan. Yeah. Okay, so RCB, Kohli, AB de Villiers, Devdutt Padikkal, Chahal, Yuzvendra Chahal, and Navdeep Saini. That's your 5. Maybe Chris Morris. Wait. Maybe Chris Morris instead of Navdeep Saini. I don't know. Because they just got Morris.
I'm not keeping Jadeja above Sam Curran. Can't do it.
Actually,
maybe over Chahar, but not over Sam Curran. Sam Curran was amazing this year.
It actually was. Do you know what? Potentially, right? They might actually. That's a good one. I didn't even remember about Jadeja. Wow. Yeah, that's hard to think of. I can't think of anything. 146.2 kilometers per hour. Yeah, Haris Rauf is quick. This guy is quick. That's one of the things. I'm
looking at it right now. That's a beautiful ball.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. The thing is, he's not as consistent as someone like Shaheen, right? And internationally, he's just been very disappointing. But I'll get to that. My life. Goodness. And he's gone.
Yeah, caught. Can I get some David Visa? Does Visa play in the Big Bash League? Who is this guy?
I think he does. I think he
do, right?
Yeah. I think he plays the Big Bash. Please correct me in the chat.
Oh man, he's been the best player I've seen in 2 days.
Yeah. He's done such a good job, honestly. Man. Brilliant innings, that 50 off 29.
Ooh.
Did exactly what he needed to.
Adam Limp, yep, 50 off 29, brilliant innings. But man, again, if Lahore is able to win this game, it's on the back and now the arm of this kid Adam Biza. I mean, who is this guy?
Right. Quality Shot says Lahore got a chance. Yeah, this is the only way Lahore had a chance. They needed to get live out, right?
He's who they got next? RCB. Let me ask a question. Hold on. I gotta get serious here for a second. You had Chris Gale, let him go. You had Biza, let him go. Did I hear correctly? Sky was on CSK and they let him go?
No, I think he was with RCB a very long time ago.
RCB, yeah. Sky was with RCB and they let him go. Mm-hmm. Who is evaluating talent over there? Who is evaluating talent over there?
They need to pay for Kohli and ABD game. That's the thing, right? They need to keep those guys. KKR.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he was on KKR? Okay.
Sky was on KKR. Yeah.
But some really KKR, you should be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed you're my mistress. Oh.
David Visa comes in, takes a wicket. And now, see, these guys need to rebuild, don't they? Riley Russo, he got run out yesterday. But he did a really good job before, the PSL stopped. He was doing very well for Multan.
I'm going to sound really dumb right now, but you got to help me through this, Asjad. Yeah. How is South Africa not a dominant squad when they've got Quinton de Kock, they've got Visa, they've got Faf du Plessis, they've got what Coulter now is from South Africa, right?
No, he's Australian.
Australian. No, who's the other bowler? Is Bolt?
Chris Morris. Chris Morris is.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
That's a very, very good point, because the thing is, South Africa is always considered a great team, right? They're always good. The issue is in bigger tournaments, they haven't performed as well, right? And in terms of their consistency, their squad, like Norkia, there you go. Norkia and Rabada are South African.
How Rabada? Rabada is from South Africa. Oh, what's his? I don't. How can they be this? I don't understand. Like, somebody explain it.
There's a few issues. Like, there's this. Abdullah says this in your chat, which is right. There's this thing, the Kolpak. Yeah. So all these players, right? They're really, really good. But there's, and I don't know Kolpak's the exact basis of how that works. But my understanding is that South African players who give up playing for the country and go play just franchise or county cricket in England, and I think that's for all Commonwealth nations, so they can leave their country and just come in England and just play for them as an overseas talent or something like that. And a lot of players have done that. I can't think of any particular. I think Colin. I forgot his name. Starts with an E. I forgot his name, but yeah. So there's a few South Africans who've done that. Not all the players you're talking about. I think South Africa, a lot of people call them chokers. I wouldn't call them chokers as per se. I just think on that day, they just don't perform as well as the other team when it's like world competitions. The best I've seen South Africa play in a World Cup was probably 1999 semi-final against Australia. You may have actually seen that match.
I think we might have done a review on it. Like, I am shocked, but now knowing who these guys are, how I don't get it. I'm sorry, the chat's right, chokers. When you got that kind of talent and you can't win, it's either management or it's like a mental thing. And all choking is mental. It's not being able to deal with pressure. But there's too much talent on that team. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Crazy, absolutely crazy. That's called choking us, John. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Man. Right, call a shot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, South Africa 2015. 2015 South Africa was absolutely brilliant. That was possibly the best chance AB de Villiers had to get to have them with to have him win.
Oh my God! We forgot AB de Villiers.
But
He's
I think
South African.
yeah, he's
How?
retired. He's retired. He's happy to come back, but I think he's retired from international cricket. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Interesting. Ketchup
Yeah.
fan. Thank you for the super chat. Watch Life of a Genius documentary about Kevin Peterson. Is
Peterson.
That
Yeah. Do you know that Kevin Peterson was originally South African and then he came to England and played for England, right?
Did not know
Did
that.
you know that? Yeah. So he's originally South African. Oh man, Kevin Peterson's an absolute amazing player. I think you've seen a few videos of him in general.
Yeah, we have. Because
Yeah.
Nick was clowning that. Oh, I might be related to this guy. Maybe we can get him on the channel. Oh man, it says read it. It's important, guys. I already told you. At Gabe, because of reservations in deer selection process. At Gabe, as Jab, bigger issue than Kolpak.
Okay, so that's political. To be honest, at the moment, there's this whole issue. There's the whole political issue with Cricket South Africa right now. Yeah, they're trying to make a decision if the series with England is going to happen. I'm not entirely sure if that's been decided yet or not. And when I was talking to Fazan from Quality Shot, like that's exactly what I was telling him. I was like, yeah, this is just absolutely madness that the series is supposed to happen at the end of this month and it might not happen, right? This 27th November, I think the date is. That's 12 days away, right? And I don't know if the series is going to happen. What if England actually get to South Africa, right? And then they're like, oh yeah, the series is not happening.
We're not going to play. That would be bad. That would be bad. I wanted to read Mira's comment here. Mira says, yes, RCB's previous management was the worst. They cannot walk the streets of Bangalore anymore. They did not build around AB and Virat. If AB was in any other IPL team, they would have won at least 3 championships. And you know what? I kind of made that point before when we talked about Brock Kohli not having one at all as long as he's been with them. Mike Trout is the best player in baseball. No questions asked. Yet Mike Trout has 1 playoff appearance, 0 playoff wins, because you can't carry a team by yourself. Okay, you just can't. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any sport where one player, just one, maybe basketball, right? No matter what team LeBron James on, they're a contender. But even LeBron James need help because he kept taking his team for the finals, but couldn't win until he went to Miami and got with some other talented players, right? You can't do it by yourself. And that's about management. That's about ownership, doing the right thing and putting people around you. And if they don't put people around you, then that's, there's only so much you could do. There's only so much you can do.
For sure. Right, so they're 93 for 2 in 10.2 overs. Okay, they're literally like basically halfway at the halfway point. I'm feel really bad for Lahore.
I know you're trying to get me to say it.
So what's happening with Multan, Gabe? Do you want to give me
Not doing it. I agree, Renell. I hate politics in sports. Gabe, you are going to love New Zealand cricket team. Yeah, New Zealand has some great players as well, man. I'm excited to see. You know what's funny? Nick and I were talking about it yesterday, and I'm almost depressed. Super chat by Jihan here. Let me try and find it. Okay, here we go. Jihan, thank you for the super chat. And he says, World Championship 2015 semifinal against New Zealand. That was another classic choke about South Africa. Drop catches. Oh, I would lose my mind. Right now, Villiers bowled himself in the death overs and got smashed. Wow. Why is Villiers? Thank you, Jihan, for your super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. You're always amazing. Why would AB de Villiers have to bowl? No. Explain to me. Why does AB de Villiers bowl? I don't get it. Please, somebody let me know.
It makes no sense. Fazan Khan is also in the chat, by the way. There's another super chat.
Thank you so much, Jihan. Then we got Fazan Khan. I saw South Africa versus Pakistan live in 2000. And Siraj, South Africa were chasing 168. They were 73 for 1. They got, I can't read, no way. They got out 101. Yep. That's the definition of choking. So wait, they lost 9 wickets. 9 wickets. And what is that?
28 runs.
28 runs. Oh my God. Wow. At Siraj? Oh, it's no Sharjah, right? It's Sharjah.
Yeah.
At Sharjah? How? That should be criminal. You know what? I am not a conspiracy theorist, but Faizan, if I saw that happen, I would be claiming a farce. I'd be claiming a setup. I'd be claiming a shenanigan. It's under investigation. There's no way that happens. How?
It's absolute madness. Like, to be honest, let's be real. I understand there's the choking concept, but at the same time, Pakistan did bowl pretty well in that game. I remember them bowling pretty well. But it's like, if they bat badly, the bowlers still need to take the wickets. So it was an equal kind of contest at that point. But yeah, after that, I personally think the biggest choke for me was 2015, because that's the latest in my memory. But that just sounds crazy, doesn't it, Gabe? 28 runs for 9. 28 for 9.
That is, listen, I am calling a scandal bigger than the Australian scandal. Okay. I was thinking about Lord Siraj. But yeah, at Sharjah, how does that happen? Shenanigans. I'm telling you.
Definitely.
Let me ask you a question. Has there ever been, so the required weight is 9.20, they're currently at 910, so they're right on. Has there ever been like a blatant, and Nick and I did it before, where we had a video, but this was all domestic, right?
Yeah, it was domestic. Yeah.
Games or whatever, and you knew it was an absolute a setup. It was a match fixing. Has there ever been that on a big scale, though? In baseball, by the way, there was a 1919 Black Sox scandal. Bro, they threw a World Series. They all got banned from baseball. Banned.
Wow. Okay,
and I think in college football, there's been players, not whole teams, but players that have been caught, especially kickers. The easiest way to affect the game is by either affecting the referees, which is why I hate umpires. Another reason, look up Steve Donahue, people. All right. Yeah. He's the reason that the Sacramento Kings don't have a championship, because he screwed them against the Lakers. The guy went to jail for it. And then the FBI was doing the investigation. Here's the funny thing. He says, yeah, the mob got to me. I was fixing games for the mob, shaving points. This is all documented. Why I hate umpires, why I hate referees. Look it up. Donahue. He said, cut me a deal, give me 0 jail time, and I will expose every other referee in the NBA and umpire on the tape.
Wow. Wow.
What? They didn't even want to know. The FBI said no deal.
Goodness, bro, right.
Killers and drug dealers get 0 time off when they snitch on other people. But they didn't even want to know about match fixing in sports through umpires and referees. You ever heard the old expression, where there's smoke, there's fire?
Yeah.
If one guy doing something, other guys have done it, and the guy's willing to give you information. Brutal.
Right. So I'll tell you this. The main big ones that I have in my head is there's been a lot of cases where match fixing has potentially happened, and it's been disproven or proven, etc., etc. So the biggest one as of late in the past 20 years was Mohammad Amir, Mohammad Asif, and Salman Butt in 2010, Pakistan against England. You may have seen this, where they had spot fixing. So they decided when the no ball was going to be bowled in a test match.
I remember that, yes.
Right. So that's the biggest one I can think of. Hansi Cronje from South Africa. I think at the end of the day, he was kind of taken out of it. Like, it wasn't really match fixing at the end of the day. He wasn't guilty of it, but that was a big deal in the late 90s. You had Muhammad Azharuddin in the mid to late 90s as well for India, with kind of betting and gambling and match fixing kind of happening. There are, and again, I know less about this. I only know this from the Pakistani standpoint. People in India may know this a lot better than I do. But there's an understanding that there have been quite a few matches that have been fixed. But again, there's no explicit proof. So I can't say that, yes, 100% it happened. But there have been instances where it has looked like it has happened, if you know what I mean.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, match fixing is
Oh my goodness! Look at that catch by Ben Dunk.
whoa.
Right,
And
this guy jumped. Oh my goodness!
He's on the Melbourne Stars. Just saying.
Right. I don't think he's ever played for Australia, by the way.
Really?
Or if he has, he hasn't played much for Australia whatsoever.
He's on the Melbourne Stars. Melbourne Stars are looking good, people. Just saying.
Is that no ball? No, that's fine. That's fine. Right, Dilbar Hussain. Not bad, not bad. Sure, that's happening right now.
That just changed the complexity of this match, bro. I'm not.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's never over till it's over.
That's
I'm
a
not
bad
sure.
shot. That's a bad shot. That's a bad shot.
Oh boy.
Right, Wizard says, I'm from South Africa. You want to know the truth that's happening right now? It is quotas systems put in place when it comes to race, which is why we did so bad in the last World Cup. That's Wizard. He said that about 3 minutes ago.
Where? Let me try to find it. Probably when I was going on my rant about umpires. Sorry, Wizard, I'm ignoring you. That's why I hate umpires. I'm actually gonna post a story on CFA for just so I can tell you guys it's proven. This wasn't Gabe's making it up. Gabe's exaggerating. No, this guy got busted. There was a mob family out here. I can't remember which one was it in New York or New Jersey, mafia, and this guy got into them for betting, gambling, big time, and he owed them money. And it's like, yo, you're gonna fix this match for us, or we're gonna put you in some cement shoes. So he was fixing matches. He got caught on it. FBI got it on tape. The guy offered to turn state's evidence. How often do you say no? We don't want to know who else. Drug dealers have gotten off. Killers have. This is what you need to know. This is all you need to know. And tell me if I'm exaggerating. Do you know who Sammy the Bull Gravano is?
I don't.
Sammy the Bull. You know who John Gotti is, right?
Yeah.
Sammy the Bull Gravano was the guy that snitched on John Gotti. That was his lieutenant, right? That was his number 2. Sammy the Bull Gravano had 38 bodies on him, and the FBI made a deal with Sammy the Bull Gravano to get John Gotti. Sammy the Bull Gravano got like 5 years. They made a deal with Sammy the Bull Gravano and would not make a deal with Donahue to find out who else was fixing games in professional sports. What does that tell you? What does that tell you?
It's an epidemic. It's like all over the place. Goodness me. Wow. Don Antonio says Marlon Samuels was banned for 2 years for accepting money to fix a game. So that's another one. Super chat by Jihan. Somewhere. I can't find it, but I know that it's there.
I got super chat by Jihan. Thank you, Jihan. Let me check this out. Wizard, again, thank you for your comment. We appreciate your comment. Let me try. Is it showing Jihan's comment yet or no?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, good. It says 99 World Cup pack best team in the tournament. Best team in the tournament versus Bangladesh. Worst team. Pakistan lost that game 100% fixed. 4 people got run out of this. Got run out for the same score. Woo.
Right, I'll tell you, Gabe. I'm going to tell you the truth about that specific match. I remember watching that match, and everyone I was watching it with, anyone I spoke to in Pakistan, because I watched the match and I was like, "How does Pakistan lose to Bangladesh at the time?" And everyone in Pakistan said they had a deal with the Bangladesh cricket board that if they lost this game, Bangladesh would officially become a test full member or a test team after that game. So because of that, I think they did something similar for Sri Lanka as well a while before that. So, and this is the thing. In Pakistan, you're going to get a lot of those players.
Wow.
Ooh. Goodness me. Crazy. Oh my goodness. You know what? I love.
Continue. What were you saying? I apologize.
Yeah, so no, that's fine. No problem. So yeah, I'm just saying that in that game, I don't know if it was fixed. I would call it more, there was a deal struck between the two teams. I don't think it was a match fixing. It was because there weren't any like gambling or anything like that. I think it was more to do with the teams had an agreement that Pakistan were top of the table. They'd lose to Bangladesh. So then Bangladesh would have won enough game. What are you doing, Bapara? What are you doing?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Dunk takes it. Dunk takes the catch. He
I don't know
gone.
what's going on, bro.
See, this is where I would expect most people to start saying match fixing, Gabe. This is where all the match fixing comments come in.
Dude, I mean,
Visa's got 2 now. Is that 2 or 3? At least 2 wickets now.
Visa, I think he's got 2.
Nick in the chat, apparently.
Nick in the chat. Is that what's happening? Nick shows up and all of a sudden wickets start falling? Gosh. Where is Nick? I don't even see his chat. There he is.
It was 1 minute ago. There you go.
I found it. Again, Jihan, thank you for the super chat. Nick says, thanks, guys, for handling the stream. You're both great. You're the closest thing to be a Nick third person. I'll be watching as I sit in my bubble bath. Too much information. Yeah, way too much information, Harry, dude.
And
oh man,
thanks, Nick. Really appreciate it, honestly. You being in the chat, we've got the 3 people there. We've got a wicketkeeper, we've got a night watchman, and we've got a tail ender. So all we need is a proper batsman now.
Like Nick is losing. Nick, Gabe is losing again. I don't know what to tell you. The streak continues.
Goodness me. Khushal Shah, this guy, right? The one who's just coming. I think he's hit the most sixes this season, or not this season, sorry, in the entire world. He's in the top 3 most sixes hit in the entire world. It goes Gale, Pollard, and then him, or some order like that. So he's hit loads of sixes, so maybe he's the guy who can save you, Gabe.
Ooh, maybe. Hold on for a second. Somebody's at my door.
Yeah, no problem. Nepal today says Azjad was a big-time bookie that day. I was a 7-year-old, Nepal today. If I was a bookie back then, but that would have been hilarious if I was. Who knows? Who knows? Hey, everyone, thanks for hanging out with these guys. The power play was rough. I couldn't show myself. Of course, yeah. I'm honestly, Nick, I'm going for Lahore as well. So it was tough because they were 60 odd in the first 6, and now they've raked it back in. They've taken a few wickets, and potentially the required run rate is above 10 now, which is good to see from the Lahore standpoint. David Visa has been doing the business for sure. Gabe is losing again. It's not match fixing. They're trying to win. It's high level. Nepal today, you're hilarious.
I'm calling CSK. I'm actually gonna get him on the phone. Like, listen, come auction time, we need to look at this kid, David Visa. You know, Sky's gonna be out there. I want to be in the room. I want to be in the room.
Live. Get Adam live. Get David Visa. Get some of these players.
I'm saying, can I just be in the room? Can the brother get on live, Dave? Gabe, you just start going to church.
Ooh.
You know what? I usually go on Sundays. Right now, our church is COVID restrictions or whatnot. So for the longest time, they weren't even open. But you can only take certain people. So we just watch it online, man, until everything's back to normal.
Yeah. Thing is, here in England, like in my area, the mosques have been closed, the churches have been closed, the temples have been closed. Every sort of like religious place is just closed down. It's just absolutely crazy.
It's tough. Again, not a popular decision. I know Boris has some trouble. Wizard says, no, I mean the new system put into place to take more people of Black ethnicity rather than of talent, which has been legally placed. This will destroy South African cricket. Interesting. You know, again, politics should not come into play. Okay, politics should never come into play, and ethnicity, one way or another, should never come into play. It's can you play? If you're not the best guy out there, I don't care about ethnicity. I don't care about race. I don't care about age. Can you play?
Yeah,
can you play? Bottom line.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Swapnil, Azjad was still older than Afridi back then.
That's funny.
I was 7. Oh, what a shot. First ball by Haris Rauf. He balls a wide, short delivery. And Khushal Shah smashes him for 4. through point. See, Haris Rauf, this guy, he's going to give 20 again. He's going to give 20 again and let Multan win. I don't want to do that.
You know what I did find out and I found interesting? And, okay, full disclosure. I didn't find out. I was requested by one of my brothers who shall remain nameless. Like, bro, you're learning so much about cricket or whatever. You know, what do you think about? And I'm like, you know, I thought he was like generally interested about learning the sport. No, he wants my knowledge because it's on. I didn't realize it. You can bet cricket here in Las Vegas. You can bet in it in the States.
Yeah, you
I was like, and he's like, bro, I need to know. I need the goods. What's the info? I'm like, bro, I'm not that confident to tell you. Actually, my losing streak is rough. I can tell you who has good teams. If you want to go over or unders. Betting cricket is tough, though. You know what I mean, bro?
You've seen it. ABD, 17th over. You're thinking they need 50 runs. They're not going to win. And AB de Villiers gets 55 of 20.
You can actually bet.
Oh, that's a catch.
Wow.
Visa takes that catch. Oh, my goodness. Gabe,
Is this a collapse? Is this a collapse? What just happened?
It looks like a collapse of epic proportions.
Bro, the run rate was at like 9, and now it's climbed to 10. What is going on?
Almost 11. Goodness,
almost 11.
Man. Oof.
Weiss again.
Nick says, no, Gabe, they are going to call you and ask you to stop rooting for them. You root and they miss their first.
Bro, honestly, betting on cricket, Gabe's luck is a nightmare. Listen, I'm not even joking. But my brothers and them realize, because they know, they follow my channel. They know I've learned a lot about cricket. And they're like, bro, it's on the board here in Vegas. That might be an advantage. The fact that you know about it, just let us know. Should we bet? They don't even know the winners because there's totals, right? You can bet if it's going to go over total, both scores of the teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you got to look at slow pitches. So to make a long story short, right? I give one piece of advice like a week ago on an IPL game, and it was a Sharjah game. And I was like, what do they got to put total on the board? I think they had like 3 something. So I'm like, oh yeah, they're going to smash that. I could see 170, 180 on one side. I think it was like 350, right? Look at the last game at Sharjah, bro. Dude, it was like nowhere near 350. I forget what it was, the total. But I think it was a low-scoring game. I can't remember exactly what it was. And I'm like, why? Why do the fantasy gods hate me? What did I do?
Oh, Shahid Afridi is in. Shahid Afridi with Khushtal Shah. Two big hitters at the crease. Ranel asks, Azad, is that Studio B you on now? I don't know what Studio B is. I'm so sorry.
Studio B, that's a different room. Whenever you're recording from a different room, we call it Studio A.
First ball, Yorker. Oh, my God. He apologizes. I'm getting him. Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
That's the shot. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. Yes, it is Studio B. This is where I do my work when I'm working. The other one was my TV room. But, oh, what a ball, Haris Rauf. It went through his legs. Hit middle and leg. And he apologizes for getting him. Oh, my goodness.
What just happened?
That's what 4 wickets in 2 overs? 3 overs? Something
4
like
wickets
that?
in like 2 overs.
Goodness me. Oh, wow.
Okay, can we start talking about match fixing now? It's got to be. It's either match fixing or I am the worst mush ever. I am the worst luck ever. I am cursed. Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness. Quality shot, Haris Rauf is amazing. Did I say he was? Exactly. Yeah, this is the thing. Cricket changes like that, doesn't it? It's so unpredictable. He does a terrible job for the international team. He got smashed for 20 in the previous game and just gets 2 wickets. Hat-trick ball. Oh, get a hat-trick. Oh, get a hat-trick, Haris Rauf. I want you to get a hat-trick. Come on. You can do it. Oh my goodness. He was. Chatil says Haris Rauf was the leading wicket taker for Melbourne Stars last year. Gabe, by the way. I don't know if you know this. This bowler.
I did not know this. And maybe this will be another reason I may want to go with the Melbourne Stars. But bro, I am sick to my stomach right now. What did I do wrong? Lord, I don't know. I can't. Why? Why?
Ooh, good ball. Good ball. That.
Here goes Nick.
Harris. Rough.
Gabe is the worst. Doesn't matter what you put at the end. It's true. I can't make it up. This is ridiculous. This game was in hand.
Hashtag justice for Gabe's luck. Babe Hop says that. So please, everyone, please hashtag that. Trend it. Trend it.
Guys, I can't even make it up. I can't even make it up. This game was well in hand. Am I exaggerating? They were way over on the run rate. They scored like 50-something in the power play. What happened?
Madness.
God, I hate cricket. I hate cricket. I hate football. I hate basketball. I hate all sports. I hate umpires. I hate Nick. I hate Sophie Ecclestone. I hate it all. Oh, God.
Gabe crossed the cricket god's favorite son, John Campbell. And so Han Solo says, Gabe crossed the cricket god's favorite son, John Campbell, and now he's feeling their wrath.
Is that what it is? I will apologize to John Campbell. If that's what it is, what did I do? What did I do? God cannot be a John Campbell fan. If he was, he wouldn't have let him make that horrible drop and can't catch the ball, butterfingers. You know, to be like, come on. You can't make this up, bro.
Absolute crazy that. Oh, Shaheen's bowling. Shaheen's back on the field.
Afridi's back? That is Shaheen Afridi.
Yeah.
Let me update this score. Guys, when it was 4 wickets and 2, I can't even explain what just happened.
Nepal did it. Tanvir 100 runs today. Oh, that was 146 Ks to Shahid Afridi. Had no idea where that was going. That was a beautiful Yorker. Beautiful Yorker. Oh my goodness.
4 wickets in 2 overs. You got to be kidding me.
Lahore Qalandars, you beautiful bowling lineup. Goodness me. 117 for 6 in 14 overs. Required run rate is 11.65, Gabe.
It ain't looking good.
Oh, wow.
Required run rate is, it doesn't matter because Gabe wants Lahore to lose. So I'm going to get abused.
Jihan, super chat. Gabe, super chat.
Thank you, Jihan, for the super chat. I had no idea Shafran Afridi was still playing. I swear he's been playing 25 for the last 15 years.
He definitely has. He definitely has. Goodness me. He debuted internationally in 1996. Just think of it that way, right? Which means he was at least playing for about a year before that. So 25 years seems about right.
You know what? Don Antonio Modesto, you're right. TKR, the Trimbago Knight Riders are the greatest team ever. They survived my juju. Let me tell you how bad a year I had. The Knicks sucked as always. Okay? I'm probably the reason West Indies lost in that test match against England. All right? The Giants, have you seen the Giants' record this year? They're 2-7. They're an embarrassment. The Yankees didn't make it to the World Series. Got to the playoffs, didn't make it to the World Series, got bumped out by the Rays. I mean, you know what? It's all CSK has never missed the playoffs ever. Every year they're in the playoffs, except for the year I root from. I'm cursed. Bro, clouds. There's clouds over me right now. I constantly walk under a cloud of darkness, bro. Gosh. You can't make it up.
Goodness. Gabe, I'll tell you what, right? So what you do, you talk to your brother and say, whatever team I tell you, go for the opposite. Right? Go for the opposite.
Listen, and you know, the wife, she's probably going to join us on a video pretty soon here. We're going to be trying to do a video with the dinner that Nick and I are setting up. But she's hilarious because she's like, they know my brothers will not answer my phone calls on Sundays, especially during football season. They won't do it. They don't even want to talk to me when they got money on the game because they call me mush. I could walk in a game, and here's a good example. Trey is a Patriots fan. Patriots are playing against the Eagles. Tom Brady, this is the last when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Tom Brady is driving to win it as normally as he does. And I said, you know what? The Eagles haven't got to him all game. He hasn't been sacked once. Trey, you're good. I said that on my kids. The minute I said that, Tom Brady gets sacked, stripped, fumbles, Eagles get the ball back and score. You can't make it. And Trey just looks at me like, really, Dad? You can't make it up, bro. You can't.
Right. I've got 2 comments I want to mention. Number 1 is Swapnail. Gabe, apologize to Nick. Maybe your curse will go away. Number 1.
That ain't going to happen.
Number 2, Renell, double super over, anyone? It is Sunday. Super over Sunday. Super over Sunday.
I'll take it, Renell. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yes. I didn't say a Jordan tattoo. I said I was going to get one of those, the tattoos that aren't permanent. You know what I mean? When they get the sorry writing on their hands. What's that ink called? Is that what it's called? The sorry writing? Sometimes
I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about though.
But I just haven't been able to find anybody to do it.
So will you generally get Jordan written on your hand, on your arm or somewhere?
If it's not permanent, I'll get Jordan on there.
Yes, because then you tell everyone, oh, it's Michael Jordan. People are suggesting
that they too. No. I honestly, you know what's funny? Nepal. First of all, I don't really hit my kids. You know what I mean? Like I get stern with them, but he just said that, and I literally put my head down and just felt bad. Walked out of the room because you can't make it up. You can't make it up, and it happens to me so often. Like I've seen some of the worst. I've taken some of the worst losses, especially when I'm betting. I stopped gambling I don't gamble. Nick doesn't gamble at all. Nick's way more faithful to his religion than I am. We're both Christians, but Nick is like guys, what you see is what you get with Nick. He's very, very, very religious, doesn't drink, doesn't gamble. I'm a little bit more loose with it. You know what I'm saying? Me and God are going to have a conversation. Like, look, cousin, I did some bad, I did some good, but we can work this thing out. I think I'm going to negotiate my way into heaven. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to do. It may be a very long conversation, though. But henna tattoo. That's what I need to get, a henna tattoo. Thank you.
Yeah.
But with that being said, and I'm not even joking, I used to gamble. I live in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? My brothers all bet. I know sports. We used to gamble. And the Atlanta Falcons Patriots Super Bowl, look that up. There you go. Gabe, cursing the Patriots makes me feel good. Well, this is the game that broke me. Han, do you remember the Patriots versus the Falcons? There's 4 quarters in football. The Atlanta Falcons dominated the Patriots through 3.5 quarters. Each quarter in football is 15 minutes. At the 8-minute mark, just to explain to you how bad it was, at the 8-minute mark, Asaj, the Patriots were down 21 points. I think it was 21, 24 points. They won the game. They came back and won in 8 minutes. They put up something insane like 24 points. I almost died. I literally thought I think I had a stroke that day because I had a lot of money going on that game, and then I lost it. So after that, it is what it is.
Well, at least you don't have any money riding on any of the cricket matches because they are so unpredictable. Saminder's asking, anyone interested in the LPL? Do you know about the LPL? That's the Sri Lankan Premier League. That's happening. I think it starts on the 20th of November, if I'm not wrong.
If it's on a game on a day that I don't have another game to cover on a weekend, we'll watch it, man. Like I said, I love watching cricket. You know what I mean? It's enjoyable.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find out where that's going to be online, and I'll see if I can share that with you guys. I might actually review some of the matches.
Merlinga's from Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
There's I think, and please in the chat someone correct me, but I think one of the teams is owned by Salman Khan. You know, the actor from India. I don't know. Have you seen any Salman Khan movies at all?
Salman Khan.
If not, that's fine
I
because
don't think so.
right.
Maybe
So basically,
Nick is way better with the names than I am, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
fair enough. That's perfectly fine. So basically, he owns one of the teams there.
Oh!
Visa with his 3rd wicket. Oh, Tanveer goes. Yeah, I don't see Multan winning, Gabe. I'm really sorry. I don't see Multan winning in any way, shape, or form right now.
Go get me something to drink. Give me Coke. Bro, you know what? Next Sunday, I'm going to church. No, next Sunday, guys. Something is wrong, bro. I cannot have this kind of bad luck. There's no way. What is going on? I'm on the worst losing. This is documented losing streak ever.
Oh my goodness!
I do research. I'm a smart guy, guys. I got a master's degree for the love of Christ. How can I not pick a game?
Oh,
it's bulging right now. Why? Why? Oh, why? This is bad, bro. Oh my gosh. Literally, I think this is 9 games out of 10 in a row that I've lost.
Let's put it this way. CSK actually won a couple of their last games, so it wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't as bad. Let's be positive. Let's be positive.
Hashtag pray for Gabe. I can't make it up.
Hashtag pray for Gabe. That's what we need. That's what we need.
You know what? Is it because I blasphemed against John Campbell? What did I do? What did I do?
Ooh.
This game was in the bag, people. I'm gonna go back. Let me tell you on ESPN Cricket Info what they had. They were in the power play. I want to say it was 50 runs or no 47.
There was 60 something. There was 60 something in the power play. There was 62 or 63 something.
Only one loss or no losses. How? What has happened? How? All the umpires have cursed me. Maybe God loves umpires. That's got to be it.
Oh my goodness! Right. So they've got one genuine batsman who's Khushdil Shah, who can potentially just go in and can potentially win them the game. What they like 59 of 25. Khushdil Shah, not a bad shout to be honest. If he gets a shot and he can pull it out of nowhere, but it seems highly unlikely. The required rate is like 15, something like that, 14, 15.
I'm gonna try the Nick thing. This game is over. I'm gonna try the reverse psychology. This game is over. Let's see if that works. Gosh, you can't make this up, bro.
Right. So a couple of people in the chat are saying that. Do you know who Bajrangi Bhaijaan is? I think Nick did a review of that movie, or you guys did it. Yes. So that's Salman Khan. That actor is Salman Khan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's bought an LPL team and he's thinking of buying the 9th team in the IPL as well. The one that they might add over the course of the next few. Is it potentially in the next IPL? So that'll be interesting. I'll see if I can find. Like I said, I'll find a link. I'll send it across. If you got time, please do check it out. It looks pretty good.
Do you want to laugh? It was 63 for 1. 63 for 1 in the power play. Right now they're at 127 or 124. And it was 63 for 1. So literally, they scored half of their runs in the power play and lost 1 wicket. Since then, they've put up 63 runs. I mean, 63 for 1.
61.
61. Less than half of the runs, and they've lost 6 wickets. How is that possible?
I'll tell you this. Their bowling just turned up another level, don't you think?
Wow.
Like, Visa... Haris Rauf just bowling brilliantly. And I think Visa's change of pace is exactly the key for them. He's bowling really, really well. I love how Rauf apologized to Afridi after the celebration. Yeah, exactly. Nick just says that. Yeah, he's that's the respect. That's really good. I think they saw this we saw this in the IPL as well. Someone got the wicket of Dhoni. And I can't remember who it was. And then they apologized as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they went to him. I
Yeah.
remember that. Oh, Gabe's bad luck has crossed the Jordan line. It absolutely has, guys. This is unbelievable. 63 for this is the biggest collapse I could ever remember. 63 for 1 in the power play in the first 6 overs. Since then, it's been 61 runs scored and they've lost 6 wickets. Explain. Here's another wicket.
Here's potentially push Del, bro, man. Hafiz takes it. I think.
Oh gosh, here it goes. When I put on the hoodie, that means I'm going Mission Impossible, right? Ghost Protocol.
I was thinking like Sith. You're going evil. No ball.
And it was a no ball.
Dilbar, yaar, kya
Yes.
Goodness me.
We have life.
You put the hoodie up and so.
That's it. I gotta put on the hoodie. I'm using my Sith powers right now. I gotta put on the hoodie. No ball, baby.
That's a huge no ball. That is absolutely huge. Ketchup fan fixed. There you go. Chatil match fixing alert. I love these alerts.
All right, let's go. Big 6 here. Give me a big 6.
Gabe's luck is healing. Hush Bagdi. Thanks for that.
I had to put on the hoodie, man. Sith Lord. I'm using my Sith powers. I've embraced the darkness.
These are not the droids you are looking for.
You will ball a full toss.
I ask you a question. What do you think of the new trilogy, by the way, just as general?
I loved the first one. You know, I'm one of the few who did not like the second episode of the trilogy, and the third one I thought was fine. Overall, it was better than the prequels, not as good as the originals.
Right. Okay. To be honest,
free hit.
They get a 1. They get a 1 on a free hit. Oh, my camera.
At least we saved the wicket there. I mean, there's only so much I could do. Only so much that the Sith Lord right now could do.
57 off 21.
You will bowl no more Yorkers. I'm trying to Jedi mind trick him. You will forget how to bowl a Yorker.
Right, I tell you this. Can you see that stat that they're showing, the slower ball effectiveness? 4 wickets. The batting average against that has been 8.75. And
Get it out.
Get it out.
Get it out of there.
That is 6. Get
it out of here. Listen to the commentators, Gabe. Hold on.
So basically what they're saying is that the slower ball has been very, very effective. Gabe is too extreme for them and they don't like his wishy-washy style. The deal in absolutes.
I deal in absolutes. That's it. I had to put on the hoodie. Sith powers. We will not lose this game. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Husnul Shah. Is he going to do it for Multan?
Come on.
He's literally their only hope. Oh, come on. What's going to happen?
Come on. Lead us, boy.
Ooh. Good ball. Good ball.
I thought that was an edge. Oh my gosh.
Surely umpires are Sith Lords, though.
Please show me screen. Guys, it's on YouTube. Plus
Pakistan Super League. Just type that. You'll get to the stream. It will show you everything.
Keep up the hoodie, Gabe. We are winning. The hoodie will not come down. Sorry, Arez. Not doing it. Hoodie stays up. Darth bald. Exactly.
Ooh. No, all the umpires have been supplied Gabe voodoo dolls. Right, that's all right. That's a slower one slightly, isn't it? 2 runs. Good. I think there's 1 more ball remaining, or is that the last? I think there's 1 more ball remaining. Yeah, 1 more ball, I think.
So they need to. What are they at right now? Oh my gosh.
134 for 7.
134 for 7. So they got 3 overs. That's
48.
That's a huge task, man. To chase 182.
Oof. I'm genuinely like super over doesn't seem out of possibility. I'm telling you. It's if this guy plays, that's the thing. He needs to. Okay, no, that's a single. That's fine. Good batting. That just take that single. Keep the strike. Keep the strike. Like 40. What did they need? 48 off 18. They need 48 of the last three.
The score, and then I'll get back in the chat. But people, it just got serious.
Definitely. Oh my goodness.
It's serious stuff. 3 overs left. 48 runs on 18 balls. It can be done.
Goodness me. Oh my God. See, this is the thing. If this is the IPL, right? And if it was ABD, I would say, oh yeah, RCB are going to win, right? Nepal is right. Khushal Shah is one of those 6 of 6 balls. But I don't have as much faith in him as I do someone like AB de Villiers. Unless he proves me wrong. Prove me wrong, Khushal Shah. Because I'm trying to jinx him, right? I'm trying to jinx him. So prove me wrong. So then Lahore can win.
he said, I'm trying to jinx him. That's funny. Guys,
right. So
surely, you know what? Han is absolutely right. Umpires are Sith Lords.
Stop watching. Swapnil, Azad, stop watching 2018 CSK highlights in the background. It's slowing your internet. Oh, that's funny.
Chasing, I give a better chance of him chasing a man in a wheelchair than his team chasing. Wow. Good delivery there. That's an illegal delivery. He bent his elbow. That's a good delivery.
Oh, good shot.
Got it.
Well done.
Nick, how dare you? How dare you?
Oh, that's wide. That's wide. He didn't. Yeah, that's wide.
That's a free run. Let's go. We just need a little bit of luck. Give me a no ball. Give me wide balls. Come on. I'll take it all. This looks like gay bowling. That would be me bowling. That's funny.
Sorry, I'm just a bit quiet because I'm thinking if actually Lahore loses from this point onwards, I give up. Right, check that out. So that's stat. So Harish Rauf has the most wickets this entire year in T20s.
Wow.
More than Rashid Khan. There's 3 Pakistanis there. Surprise, surprise. They played a lot of T20s though, but still brilliant. Goodness me. How many drive-bys can a man take?
Get it out.
That is a single.
How many players does Lahore have on the field? They got guys everywhere. God.
Oh, goodness me. Nepal today, I am hurt. I just really want a Karachi-Lahore final. If Multan gets through, then I don't know. Multan's
I need at least 1/6 this over. I need at least 1/6 this over. That was what? A single they just got off that one? Give me at least 1/6 this over. Give me at least 2 boundaries, a 6 and a 4. This over.
Oh yeah, someone said this. Mark Butcher doesn't want that tea, so he's one of the commentators, right? Not a big fan of the tea, is he? Ooh. I think that's the best thing he could have done. That's the best thing he could have done because he's a bowler. He's a tail ender. All he needs to do is give Khushal Shah the strike. Is going to try and smash it.
Yeah, get off the strike.
Laughter Express need an Unad cut. Yes, that's something that Multan needs. That's not something I need though. I don't want that.
Ooh cat. Oh, ooh cat. Jeez. How's the weather? It's actually cold out here, guys.
It's really cold here too. It's goodness me.
Get it out.
Khushal Shah with a shot and 6. Oh my goodness.
Let's go, boy. Lead us.
Whew.
We could do it. Let's go. Keep
right,
this right.
I'm going to say something controversial because we're getting to a point where it's getting really serious, right? So there's a lot of people who argue that IPL is better than PSL or vice versa and things like that. My take on that is PSL has only been going on for 5 years. IPL has been going on for 13 years, right? The developments they've made, how, like, you can't compare the two leagues. Same with the CPL and a lot of these other leagues. What's your take on it? Because again, every tournament is different. All the players are different. The way they perform is different. So trying to compare both of those is just really, really tough. What's your take on that?
It's apples and oranges, man. Because
you've
got better, deeper rosters in the IPL, right? You've got some of the greats, all-time greats. A.B. de Villiers. I mean,
A.B. de Villiers was Lahore Qalandars a couple of years ago, and then he got injured and then left.
You know what I'm saying? When you think about it that way, I mean, to me, and this is a guy that loves test.
Yeah.
IPL to me is the second best form of cricket, even better than ODI, T20. Now, granted, only T20 teams I've seen are England and Australia. And actually, I think I saw
Pakistan. I think Pakistan as well.
T20 team as well. But to me, the parity is so. Look at the IPL, guys. Literally, the difference between first and seventh, or not first, but second and seventh, was literally one game.
Exactly.
It's decided on run rate. All right, let's just be real. So, to me, you know what I mean. It's the parity is so close in IPL. You were sick to your stomach every game, which just means it's good. It's a great product. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have to see the entire, which I'm not. I've only seen 2 games of the PSL in order to kind of make that determination. Now, to Nick's point, in the CPL, literally, I mean, the Trimbago Knight Riders steamrolled everybody. So there wasn't that much parity there. You know, they steamrolled. They went undefeated.
Yeah. Swapnil, it's apples and watermelon. Thank you, Swapnil. That is amazing.
Get it out.
That's 4. Oh,
there we go. There we go. I said I needed 2 boundaries that over. Now it's more realistic.
16 and a half.
33 runs. Let's go.
2 overs.
It could be done. You need basically 16 runs and over. 1 over, you need 16. One you need 17.
2 16s and you get a super over, Gabe.
Ooh, Renelle, super over.
Oh my goodness.
If anything else, I want the super over for Renelle because she always calls for it. Look at Rez. He says, I feel sick.
Exactly. Thank you, Rez. Like, I'm completely with you there. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
It can be done.
Right. It's so cold here, but I'm still sweating. That's the thing, right? Oh my goodness. Catch a fan. That's hilarious. Sewag. Oh, yeah. Hashtag Harris out. Yeah. Super over, please.
Super over. I'm calling for it too, guys.
You could give Renelle 5 super overs for Christmas, and deep down she's disappointed that she didn't get half a dozen. Thanks, Nick.
Renelle loves her super overs. All good, Renelle. Goodness. I love the super overs too.
Oh my goodness. Crazy.
Bro, nothing like the super over in any other sport, period. I mean, maybe penalty kicks in football or soccer, but man.
Do you know what? Yes, and not yesterday. Like, they used to have a ball out. I don't know if you've seen that video before.
Never.
Where they had, right? So the ball out is the equivalent to a penalty shootout where you have, that's 4. Oh my goodness.
More.
No. You're a bowler. Why are you doing this, Ilyas? Why are you doing it?
I think
Stop it.
He's hurt.
Goodness me. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, the ball out, right, game. So the ball out is you have the 3 wickets and you have to ball and hit the stumps, right? And I think that was the worst thing to do as an example for, like, to figure out a tie. And they had that and that flopped. So they came up with the super over, I want to say in the last like 7 to 8 years. And that's probably the best way to kind of highlight that. Direct hit. Oh, he missed it.
He missed it.
Ooh.
Wow. I don't know if I would have given up the strike there, though. Right? For one run, would you have given up the strike there? I get it. You only got 10 balls left.
Well, honestly, I would, because you need Khushtil Shah. You need Khushtil Shah on strike because he's the proper batsman.
Yeah, I get it.
Mm.
So the wicket doesn't matter there. Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, you just need him on strike.
Run out miss. Run out miss.
Multan Sultans are ahead of Lahore Qalandars at this point. They were 150 for 5 and they're 155 for 7. Oh my goodness. Is the one who will win it. Oh.
10 balls, 28 runs. Come on, let's go. Can I get a 6? Let me get one more 6 here.
Right. Please, God, please help me. Please help Lahore Qalandars.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
It's caught.
No!
Oh, yes! Ooh. Yes. Yes. Got it! Hafiz takes the catch. Khushtil Shah is out of here. Oh my goodness.
Was it a fair delivery? Check the replay.
It's Shaheen Afridi. It's Shaheen Afridi. He shouldn't be bowling no balls. It's too good to bowl no balls.
I want to check the replay. Was it a fair delivery?
Oh my goodness. Gabe has disappeared. Yeah, Gabe wait for like a couple of seconds there. Shaheen Shah Afridi takes the wicket. Khushtil Shah tries to smash it. Top edge. Caught by Hafiz at the boundary. Oh, yes. Sorry, Renell. I don't think there's a super over happening. Bad luck, Gabe. Khushtil can only hit through leg side. Yeah, that seems like it, doesn't it? Only one hitting zone for him. Yeah, it seems like it, doesn't it? Multan still wins.
It's not over yet, Multan. Let's go. Come on, Multan.
Gabe, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say something. I'm going to say it. Lahore Qalandars is going to win today.
Oh, he's tempting the gods, the cricket gods. He's tempting the cricket gods, people. Oh, my God.
Oh. Yeah. I've got it. I'm saying it. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with that decision. And there's no one else that Multan Sultan have, to be honest. Khushtil Shah's gone. Why you say this? I'm sorry, but I really, really want Lahore to win. Thanks, Reflect as a human. Good looking out. Oh, that's a ball. Is that
Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's a brilliant catch if that's gone.
No.
Terrific catch. Oh, my goodness.
No. Review. Thank you. Review. Thank you. Still guy gonna kill you.
Oh, so they think it's not out. They think it's not out.
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't think it's out.
Ooh. I couldn't tell. To be honest, I won't be able to tell you. Oh,
come on, man.
No.
Push
like forward.
You know what? The umpires bully me. Fair delivery. I think it bounced too, guys.
Let's see. Justice for super over.
Oh, God.
It's straight. Is that straight in his hands? Is that straight?
Bounce, please, God, bounce. That bounced. It bounced.
I don't know. Do you know what? Gabe, I'd give that out. I think he just got it on the tip of his gloves.
The wife is here talking about it bounced in his hand. Wow, babe.
I agree with you. Out. Looks out to me, right? They're giving it.
Nope. Come on.
Let's go for it. I'm going to raise my finger. Oh, there it goes. There you go. I'm going to copy Nick for this. Thank you, Nick, for inspiring me to do this. Yes.
And if you're copying Nick, it's got to be like this.
There you go. Yeah.
It's going to be really slow and deliberate. There you go.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Gone.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Final Karachi Lahore final. I would love that. Oh, that match, right? I'm going for Karachi, right, for the final. But that match is going to be so good.
Is this the hat trick ball? This is a hat trick ball.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Was that in slow motion?
My stream is stopped. No. I'll refresh.
Oh God. 155 for 9. They're gonna get bowled out. Are you kidding me? Hat trick ball for the win. Hat trick ball right now for the win to bowl them out. Oh my gosh. 155 for 9. They had to pull Afridi off of the field because he pulled a muscle in his core, and he's back out there like a boss, dominating.
Oh, yes, he is. Right, I am absolutely exhausted. This has been such a tense game. Now I'm relaxed. Now I'm okay.
You think?
God. Oh. He has taken 4
I have
yet to
right? Hat trick ball. I've never seen a full hat trick. 3 back to back. As much cricket as I watch, have not seen a hat trick. Here it goes.
Missing leg. Come on.
Oh, it was close.
Gabe's own 6 whisperer has come. Swapnil, Gabe's own 6 whisperer.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, trust me.
Oh. I don't think that should be reviewed. I think that's going down leg just from first. Did
they review it? No.
I don't think they have.
Wow, 156 for 9.
27 needed off 7. 27 off 7.
I mean, it could still happen, guys, but it's ugly.
Single, 26 off 6. Do you know who you need? You need Carlos Brathwaite here, right? Remember the name. That's who you need here for Multan Sultans.
He is going to turn into Russell.
If that happens.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Bro, you can't make it up. I don't know what I did wrong. What did I do wrong?
Look at that.
Look at Nick trolling me.
Prepping for crow pie. Swapnil. Boring review. Gabe, how many times have you wanted to punch yourself when you first met? Wow.
You know what? I did hear a voice in the back of my head that said, you know, you get that instinct or whatever. But to be fair, he was my mentor, so we had to kind of get along, and he really helped me along my first few years. But do I regret it? Oh, I regret it. Oh, no.
Hey, I hope you don't regret it. There would be no boring reviews, no CFA if you guys weren't together. You guys are like pioneers in streaming for cricket matches. I'm genuinely a fan. I'm telling you. You guys are amazing. Imran Tahir skies it. Please, someone catch it. And he's taking it. They won
out
25 runs.
How do you get bowled out when you had 63 for 1 in the power play and you get bowled out in the ninth? I don't get it. Oh,
94 runs for these 9 wickets in the 14 overs or 13 and a bit overs. Oh, Lahore and Karachi in their first final. Goodness. Good boy. Good man. No ball this time.
No ball, please. No ball. Let it be a no. Oh God,
no. Lahore in the final. Sorry, Azad. This is Lahore's postseason. Oh, Nick. This is where me and Nick would disagree. I'm going Karachi. He's going Lahore. Ooh, let's see what happens. They're the highest scoring team in the play. That's true. That's very true. You're right about that, Nick. They've scored big in both of the playoffs. Shaheen Harris, David Visa needs the man of the match. What do you think, Gabe? David Visa
needs the man of the playoffs, of the tournament. He's basically won 2 games on his own.
He definitely has.
Gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Congratulations, Lahore fans. You advanced to the championship. I don't know what to say. There'll be a R3 wickets on this later. I'm gonna have to regroup my thoughts, but the losing streak continues. I thought if we got Nick off of the stream and Asjab will be in here, I'd get some better juju, some better vibes. Nope. So it's not Nick. It's not Asjab. It's me. It's Amper. Oh my gosh. In any event, dude, thanks so much for hanging out with me today and streaming this game. It's always fun when somebody else is here.
Appreciate it, honestly.
And great fun. So much fun. Guys, make sure you check out his channel, subscribe. Listen, I know sometimes you guys may get a notification that said, oh man, R3 wickets dropped 33 minutes. Damn it, Gabe. I don't have that kind of time. Then you can just go open Cricket for Us because he gets it done in 8 minutes, 7 minutes. It's a big thing of beauty, all right? When you don't have a lot of time, you're on a quick break at work, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no worries. I can go ahead and sneak this little 10-minute video in, 7-minute video in, because you ain't getting any of those on CFA Nation. Not when I'm on there.
Appreciate it so much. I love your 33-minute videos, Gabe. I love him. Loved yesterday. I love the one you dropped this morning or last night. That was brilliant.
Cricket for Us 2.0, by the way. Not just Cricket for Us, guys. 2.0. It's got to be Cricket for Us 2.0 because if you put in Cricket for Us, you won't find it. They came after Asjab over something silly. I think to be, ridiculous stuff. The kind of stuff that Nick keeps me out of trouble with. Now you guys know why he has to babysit me. We'd be shut down 4 or 5 times. You know what's funny, bro? Like all the claims on the channels and even on how do you get claimed on Twitter? Bro, they shut down our Twitter.
My Instagram got shut down. My YouTube got shut down, right? I literally just started Instagram again. I've called it All Cricket for Us because Cricket for Us 2.0, someone stole it. I don't know how.
Oh,
so I've got all Cricket for Us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on all platforms. And this amazing game. Thank you so much, Gabe and Nick as well in the chat. Like you guys have been a godsend to help me like with my channel and everything. You guys are absolute pioneers. I love your videos, love your streams, love CFA Nation. Honestly, the fans you have, so loyal.
They're a knowledgeable bunch, aren't they? They're funny. Definitely. They're a knowledgeable bunch. They'll let you know when you're wrong. Oh, they died. I guarantee you they got a scorebook where when Gabe was wrong. Let's get them on this, let's get them on that. They keep track of it, bro. They love it. But they are the knowledgeable bunch. So if you make a mistake or you say a wrong, they're going to let you know. But it's all love. Everybody was super respectful in here today. Again, thank you so much for that, guys. We're here for cricket. And again, any parting words, Asjab?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Just CFA Nation all the way. Loved the game. What a match. I'm telling you, like, I'll try and release a video today. I probably won't, but I'll do my best to release one in the next 6 hours. I'm going to do my best. But if I don't, please watch the previous one I have.
With a last-minute dig on me. Drive-by. You and Nick are the drive-by kings. He said, I got a library of Gabe's mistakes.
Right. I'll tell you this, Gabe. These big companies are selling off their offices. I think Swapnil bought one of them as a library for your mistakes. That's what he's done.
All my little typos and mistakes, man. I love it. But guys, thank you so much. Much love. Again, check out both channels later on today. Check out Cricket for Us for his video recapping this weekend. R3 wickets for recapping just this game right now. And it looks like it's going to be Lahore versus Karachi. I am now on Team Asjab because I do not want Lahore to win because yet again, Nick will be able to gloat and I can't handle it. But guys, you know the deal. Until next time, same bat time, same bat channel, and that's 6 runs.
Take care. Thank you.